What's happening, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and tonight on the Tailgate Party That Never Stops, we have some breaking news, stuff about, one of our corners with some surgery, a lot of stuff I haven't yet touched on with Aaron Rodgers sticking around and Russell Wilson trade. We'll get into all that good stuff. Also, guys, we have 2021 Fan of the Year, Marc Angelo, a.k.a. Norcal Dolfan, coming on here. He hasn't jumped in just yet, but we're working out some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us here soon. But until then, we'll get on with the news and everything around the NFL. We could talk a little bit about the Heat that just got worked in the second half by the Phoenix Suns, which was kind of ugly. But before we get into all that, guys, make sure you're smashing the like button on your way in here and subscribing to the show and checking out all the great shows we have here. Tonk TMI Tuesday, live at 7, live at 9, Tonk 7 with color commentary coming at you guys on TMI Tuesday. Right after that, you got Open Mic with Mike on the Mic, and you guys can also catch Mike on the Mic with Drop the Mic Saturdays at 10. Brandon the Bookie on there with him. Great show. Then tomorrow night, guys, we got late night color commentary coming at you. Check out color, and you guys can always catch me, El Capitan, the Fins Tailgate, all the time, anytime, every time. Guys, make sure to help support the channel via Venmo and the Cash App. And also, guys, we got great swag. Go ahead and check out our gear in the link description below. We got hats, hoodies, sandals, beanies, and tank tops. Got some new stuff coming out. When we get over 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to get some of this merchandise, send it out to you guys. When we get over 750, I already told you guys I got some Dolphin hats sitting over here ready to give away. I got some extra Dolphins hats, some cards, all kinds of good stuff we're going to give away over the course of the summer and the off season and the draft and all this good stuff coming up. We'll have all kinds of great content. So guys, make sure if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, please do us the favor, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It helps us out so much. And enjoy it on YouTube, enjoy it on Twitch, enjoy it on Twitter. But please make sure you guys are coming over here and subscribing to the show. What's up, Color? What's happening, my brother? So yeah, guys, a little bit of news happened today. But before we get on to that, let's this Russell Wilson trade was a blockbuster one, and big time trade for big time moves. We've seen Denver have success getting, quarterbacks in there on the latter part of their career and just win Super Bowls. Without a doubt, AFC West is the most difficult division in football right now. They've got, up-and-comer Justin Herbert with the Chargers. They've got, the freak of all freak passers right now, Patrick Mahomes, and Carr with now they got a new coach. McDaniels is over there. So it's going to be a difficult division. And if you guys remember, it was the Raiders that went to the playoffs with that defense and Carr and a interim coach, and still, so there's talent on the Raiders as well. Down a wide receiver though, aren't they? But the Broncos, they gave, says here, the Broncos agreed in a principal deal to acquire Russell Wilson, fourth round pick from the Seahawks for Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and a 5th rounder. That is a haul. It really is. Probably sets them up pretty nicely, I would imagine. And what's up, John? I would have to say that the Seattle Seahawks are in full-on rebuild mode at this point. I can't imagine them believing that Drew Lock is the answer. Maybe, Drew Lock does have talent, but he doesn't have that it factor, does he? So Bobby Wagner they let go, which I would imagine the Dolphins are looking at in some ways. We need a linebacker. That would be nice to have him. What's happening, Aqua? It would really, I don't know, man. It gets me thinking about, Deshaun Watson. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this and stuff like that, but what's happening, Miami Sports Fanatic? There's clarity coming to the NFL and football fans alike come Friday. Maybe some clarity, good or bad, as far as things go with Deshaun Watson. To think that Russell Wilson got a haul like this, which is deserved. I mean, I don't know, man, it's a lot, but I guess the price tag on Deshaun Watson without the legal issues would be pretty warranted by the Texans. I wonder what's going to happen come Friday. We'll see. What's up, Dad? Yeah, thanks, man. Looking sharp. Yeah. But yeah, I would imagine there's going to be some sort of movement shortly after Friday if there's clarity on Deshaun Watson being, he's not going to get into any more trouble as far as the legalities go. If there's some kind of closure or it's heading to some sort of end where then people can speculate on how many games he would be suspended for, because I don't care if he's found innocent of all this stuff. At this point, he's going to miss some football because it's just been a circus, to say the least. But there would be speculation on what that is, and then we could really see a massive, massive trade again, which shortly after that. But let's move on to a little bit more local stuff. Byron Jones, he had some surgery, I guess, that he elected to. It's supposedly a nagging injury that he had with his Achilles. It says a statement he released while he was in New York: having a shaved leg is cool, but it's not worth the free surgery afterwards. So essentially saying he elected to have this surgery. It's a lingering ankle injury, according to NFL Network. But ESPN said that it was his left Achilles tendon. But either way, this essentially sews up the whole deal. So what'd you say? Yeah, we were talking about that, man. We'll definitely have to do something with the four of us, have some kind of back and forth banter go. I'm thinking something, once we figure out some draft stuff, maybe we could do a little bit of I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think that sounds like a good idea, bro. What's up, Roadrunner? How's it going, my brother? So yes, that is my dad in the chat, boys. He is graced us. It says Sean Adams, but he goes by Woody. So, but anyhow, there's this kind of, it's an elected surgery by Byron. I don't think it's going to affect his play. From my understanding, that kind of seals him with the Dolphins in some way, like as far as trade goes. I think he has like an injury contract or an injury clause in his contract. So I don't even think the Dolphins could trade him until he's not injured anyhow. But that brings me to my other side of that coin, that things aren't looking good right now with Xavien Howard. So that's not good. We talked about this in an episode about free agency. I think it was Monday, that we need to keep our options open when it comes to cornerbacks, because if Xavien Howard, and this is what he wants, he wants what he's always kind of wanted. He wants to be paid for production he's already been paid for, because he feels that he was owed more money than he was getting. So it really kind of, and granted, got it, but he's kind of still salty from the bad deal he signed. He should have signed a mega deal, biggest deal, probably $120 million contract, and he'd be fine. But in some ways, and I remember Omar Kelly saying this, he said, Rashad Jones showed Xavien Howard how to negotiate. And Rashad Jones, Pro Bowl safety for the Dolphins, but he definitely cost a damn lot of money. So we can't keep playing this game with Xavien Howard. Granted, we drafted him. I love the guy, amazing football player, but let's face facts. He has had injuries in his past. He is 29, going to be 30 years old. Still an elite football player, just went to the Pro Bowl, but we can't go overwhelmed. We're going to have to keep Byron now. So I don't know. I like the idea of maybe trading him and going and taking that money and paying a younger talent like JC Jackson. If the Dolphins can pull that off, not only would it be an amazing, lateral move from JC Jackson to Xavien Howard, so it wouldn't be like it's not like we would expect all this difference to happen, but also it would hurt a team in the division. So it's kind of a win-win all the way around. So there's if things don't keep up and look good, the Dolphins will look to trade him, I would imagine. And Chris Greer has no worry of letting him, be traded and anything like that. It's that's how things get done around here. This team is very, very active all the time in trade talks. There's some players on the trading block I think the Dolphins might potentially go after. There's teams that are stuck with players that are hurting their cap that we could trade for and relieve their cap problems because we have money. I think it was Dudley Durong. Shout out Doug. I think he was talking about Christian McCaffrey, and they could be looking to move off of Christian McCaffrey there in Carolina, and that would only cost like a mid-round pick, like a fourth or third rounder. Christian McCaffrey, tons of money. Never played a full season, if I recall correctly, but I mean, if you can get him for a fourth round pick, we've got two of them. Give him a fourth and a seventh to go get Christian McCaffrey. I would feel really good about our running back room with Christian McCaffrey on this football team. there's options. I expect some shaking and baking to start happening here real soon. I think the Dolphins heard me about paying Emmanuel Ogbah the big bucks, because I don't think Emmanuel Ogbah is, again, Drew Rosenhaus. He's done this before to the Dolphins. We let him go. We didn't pay him when we should have, and they're gonna now they're gonna test free agency, and they're gonna get an offer from a team that will offer an absurd amount of money and bring it to the Dolphins and say, listen, we want this. Now, Drew's job is to get him the most money. Now, at this point, it's to get him the most money. So they'll go and find a team willing to pay him the most money. I don't know who that could be. I would imagine it to be a team in the AFC West, because, geez, dude, the Raiders would be a good team, or even the Chargers, because the Chargers, I think, are going to let somebody walk if they don't pay him, and it's a guy I think we should pick up. But he's going to get paid from somewhere, and I don't think I would be comfortable paying him for the ages of 30, 31, and 32, and potentially 33, upwards of 16 plus million a year. You're talking about a $50 million guaranteed, $65 million guaranteed contract for Ogbah, who has been productive, but it's not like he's been the end all be all. I thought we should have went after Harold Landry. We screwed up. We should have. Well, we couldn't. I got that, but man, that was my dream boat for our edge rusher, was him. I'm gonna flip back a little bit and get this. See where I had it at. Yeah, okay, here it is. The guy from the Chargers who I think we should target is Uchenna Nwosu. He was drafted in the second round by the Chargers. He had very, very similar stats to Emmanuel Ogbah, and he's going to cost about half the money of Emmanuel Ogbah next year. He's the kind of guy that we got when we got Emmanuel. We said, hey, here's a 26-year-old pass rusher that's finally getting into his groove a little bit. We can project a certain amount of growth and knowledge as a pass rusher, defensive edge player, and not pay him an absurd amount of money, where, guys, they're gonna need to. I know, no, do not bring back Taco Charlton, the crazy green rat. You know what? That's crazy talk, bro. Get out of here. He had 40 tackles last year, 16 assists, and 5 sacks, and an interception. Emmanuel Ogbah had 41 tackles last year, 15 assists, and 9 sacks. So he did get 4 more sacks, 1 less tackle, and 1 less assist. Or excuse me, 1 more tackle. I mean, it's pretty darn close. For the money, it's not even close at all. And the youth. He's 26 years old. We pay this guy from the Chargers. If the Chargers don't extend him, I think they have restricted rights. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see real quick, guys. Because I'm trying to build this team the way I think it'll be built, because Chris Grier has been here, guys, for all the years watching the Dolphins just screw up, paying Ndamukong Suh the biggest contract ever, where you're never going to get that type of money out of him. So let me see. Where is he? There he is. 26 years old. He played almost 70% of the snaps last year, which Emmanuel Ogbah and him played almost the exact same amount of snaps last year. And he's going to cost anywhere around $7 million. So that guy is who I want on my football team. He's 26 years old. Yeah, this is the guy, and he's an unrestricted free agent. So this is the dude that I need to start seeing on this football team. Yeah, guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Help a brother out. And if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, come over, subscribe on YouTube to the show on YouTube, to the channel. Help us get the subscribers up. We're trying to get to 1,000. And hit the like button, everybody. I'm gonna send another invite to Marc, see if he's got it. I know Marc said he was driving, so if he wants to Hop in a little bit. That's cool. Sending it to him again. I don't know if he got it. I don't see any messages. I know he said he was driving, so he should be coming on here, guys. I mean, he's a busy dude. Being Dolphins fan of the year 2021, I'm sure he's busy as heck. Been flying all over the place, representing the Dolphins. Pretty great, guys. So, no, I don't think we'd be bringing back Deion Jordan. That would be insanity. I mean, maybe Charles Harris. Charles Harris is a free agent, guys. So maybe he'll want to come on here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want Charles Harris here. I could imagine him having flashbacks with that Miami Heat going, no, just freaking out. So I don't want him here. But to me, I don't want to say the ship has sailed with Emmanuel Ogbah, but Emmanuel Ogbah, I don't think the Dolphins want to sign him to some big deal like that. Like he's gonna want. 4-year, 75 million, 60 or 55 guaranteed. I don't think he's worth it. And I hate to say that because I know he's a really beloved player. If that's what he got, a 40-year contract like that, he's worth that money. But I don't want to pay that kind of money because we've seen how that. I mean, guys, it just seems like it always doesn't. In free agency, you never get what you pay for. You never get what you buy for. It's always a reach. It's just how it goes. So unless a guy's over the age of 32 and you think he's got a little bit left in him, that's when you pay a guy and you get a deal, or you take a shot on a guy that's 26, 27 maybe, and he might have another step in his career. Like McKinney from the Browns. Let me see what he's projected to make. Yeah, look, he's projected to only make $2 million next year. Maybe he's the kind of dude that would be good to bring in. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Color, what's up, my brother? You there? It says color on the move.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud. What's up?
Alrighty, yeah. Oh, not much. I just rode over to the store on my bike, old-fashioned way.
Oh, word up. I don't blame you. Gas is so damn expensive right now. I'm trying not to go anywhere I don't have to go.
Yeah, you might recognize the place.
Oh, what? Hold on. Let me see. Where you at? The pantry? I can't see it. There's no video.
Oh, no?
No.
I have my video on. Hold on.
There you go.
There we go.
Where you at?
Hold
You
on.
at the pantry? Yep, you're at the pantry. I know where you are.
I don't know if this place used to be called it, but there's McKenna's Irish.
No, it used to be. McKenna's has always been there, and then in the corner, which is a bakery now, it used to be Rosie's.
Yeah. Tropical Bakery Cafe.
Yep. Color on the move. Out here live and in action. So
about to go get beat up for wearing my Dolphins shirt.
No way.
See, look, there's a group of Patriot fans right over there. No, I'm kidding, man.
Nah. With switchblades looking for Dolphins fans. Color, call me back when you get back to the house, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. So yeah, guys, Color. So we're gonna it would be more like Chris Greer to go after somebody who's that's it. Forest Hill right there, buddy. That's where I grew up, right there at Forest Hill. It wouldn't surprise me if they let Ogbah walk and they choose to go younger with less money, bet on the upside, give more of the workload to the young guy, Phillips, let him in. I wouldn't put it past it. It would make sense to me. There's other ways to fill that gap. There's the guy out of the Saints, Muhammad. He did all right. Al Al-Quadin Muhammad, he's pretty good. He's somebody that I wouldn't mind spending the 7-8 mil for. He'd have production, or maybe they even go 2 guys over the 1. So I also considered this on that show the other day, where maybe they get someone that's an elder statesman. Maybe they go after like a Justin Houston or a Melvin Ingram, offer them say 3 mil, and then bring in one of these other guys that hasn't done very well for another 2.5, 3 mil, like what's his name, Hassan Reddick, or one of those characters, Ryan Kerrigan, who was injured last year. He's still got some gas left in the tank. Or Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, bring in some of these, defensive edge guys or pass rushers along with Muhammad and stuff like that. I think that might be the way they go. There's Randy Gregory as well. There's big names that haven't done good that might get a second resurgence on this team, especially because, hey, the offense is supposed to be fire, right? We haven't done anything to the offense yet, but who knows? Oh, really, Jose? Heard they may trade for Zadarius Smith from Green Bay. Yeah, I heard that too. The edge rusher over there. There is talk. I could see that happening, but isn't he getting paid a lot? Younger player, great player. I would rather pay a guy like Smith, who, even though he had a down year, I think he was injured last year. I think he only played a couple games last year, but I know he's had good success before. And yeah, give me for 15, 16 million or more a year on my edge rusher. Give me a really good guy that's younger that can grow with this team, because you're only going to pay a guy once like this. And we have Jalen Phillips right now. This is probably one of the only times you're going to be able to pay somebody like that. You kind of already took care of your linebacker position as far as the money you're going to sink into it. And Jerome Baker, you have corners if we keep Xavien. So these are options in which we got to really delve into. As far as offensive weaponry, I haven't done much of that yet. I was planning on doing a little bit of that in the future, but see, you guys see that the Chiefs re-signed Josh Gordon, which that makes sense, I guess. Aaron Rodgers signing with Green Bay. I guess it's not signed or 100% yet. The details, they were saying it's like the biggest contract of all time. I'm guessing that it saved them some kind of money the way they structured it, because they were able to put the franchise tag on Adams. So looks like they're rolling it back there in Green Bay. And I mean, shit, who stands in their way in the NFC right now? Let me know, guys, in the comments. Who can compete with Green Bay in the NFC right now? Who? The AFC is the stacked division. The stacked. I mean, shit. The Vikings? I don't even think the Vikings could win their division from them. No, I don't think the Vikings can do it. Who do you guys think in the comments could take on Green Bay? Dallas? Do you guys think Dallas could make a push at them? I have no faith in Dallas. I don't know what happened to Dallas, but they very good window dressing. I told Mike this the other day. I said, you know what it is with Dallas is they play in a crappy division. So, Brian, the Packers, yeah, maybe they're choking. I don't know. I wouldn't really call it choking. I would just call it, I don't know what I would call it. Definitely wouldn't call it choking. There's been choking by the coaches, and there's been choking by, weather took care of it last year. I don't know. Arizona, maybe. Yeah, that's a good one, Darius. Yeah, maybe Arizona. Call it what it is. Yeah, all right, they choke. You're right, Brian. You're right. You won. They've choked. Aaron Rodgers hasn't choked. I wouldn't say Aaron choked. And you know what, though? Aaron does get lucky. I mean, how many games has he won slinging a freaking Hail Mary? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess Arizona could put up a fight if Dallas some way, somehow gets it together. The only way I could see a team putting it together is if somehow Deshaun Watson ends up in the NFC. That would be he'd be the best young quarterback in the whole NFC coming right after that. I mean, be slam dunk. But let's see. All right, guys. Let me did y'all see the news about Flores? Anybody see what Flores said? I guess he doesn't want the law. I guess he wants the lawsuit heard in court. He doesn't want it to be go to arbitration. So, Sun Sentinel article written by this is through the Associated Press, excuse me. Brian Flores wants the NFL to reject the Miami Dolphins' request for an arbitration hearing regarding the class action lawsuit against the team and the league alleging racism hiring practices. Flores' lawyer sent a letter to the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell on Wednesday, urging him to turn down Miami's request to have a class settled in court, the case settled in court. Arbitration is not transparent, attorney Douglas H. Wigdor wrote in his letter. Indeed, arbitration is by its very nature a secretive process that takes place behind closed doors and outside of public eye. The lack of transparency in the arbitration only serves to continue the status quo, which in this case is one that you have conceded must be fairly evaluated and potentially overhauled. That cannot happen in arbitration. In addition to being secret and confidential, it is a well accepted fact that the arbitration process a barrier to justice for victims of discrimination and other misconduct. Flores hired a senior defense attorney from Pittsburgh Steelers last month. Excuse me. Flores was hired as senior defensive assistant for the Pittsburgh Steelers last month. Filed his lawsuit against the NFL, New York Giants, Denver Broncos following his dismissal from Miami. Flores led the Dolphins to consecutive winning seasons before he was fired in January. Claims that we filed involved important issues of systemic racism, discrimination, and integrity of the NFL games, Flores said in a statement provided by his lawyer. Unfortunately, the Dolphins and their attorneys, Quinn Emmanuel and Paul Wise, are trying to push the claims against the Dolphins into secret arbitration proceeding that lack transparency. Oh, guys, this sounds terrible. There are currently ongoing legislative efforts to end forced arbitration for the claims of racism, discrimination, which I fully support, and I hope the NFL and the Dolphins would also support those efforts. Commissioner Roger Goodell now has a choice to make. Will he allow the case and future race discriminating claims to pay out in a transparent and public legal process, or continue along the same unacceptable path? So that right there sucks, guys. Because up until this point, I feel like the Dolphins and Brian Flores, we've kind of been like only a part of the case that he's suing. It's been the other stuff, the being on the yacht and all that nonsense, and being talked about. It wasn't racism, okay? And the big class action lawsuit is for the racism. So the Dolphins, I would imagine, are like, look, the stuff that we're talking about has nothing to do with the class action lawsuit. We want ours in arbitration. But because this is all kind of tied together in some big freaking rat's nest, that they'll probably put that arbitration on there and try to weasel in all the other racism stuff. So right now we're being tagged with the racism stuff, and that's not where we want to be, Dolphins fans. It's a terrible position. Again, Flores, legalities, Dolphins are pushing back, trying to make it quiet. They don't want it quiet. It just sounds terrible, bro. I agree, AB. It sucks. It's freaking irritating, and it sucks that, right now, it appears the Dolphins are trying their best to distance themselves from the racism stuff, deal with Flores with the claims he has against the team, and deal with that legal process in the way they need to deal with it. But his lawyers and attorneys are like, oh, look, here's racism, because they want it silenced about the racism. Well, I thought the Dolphins weren't involved in the racism part. So they're kind of lumping us in. It's a crappy position to be in. So I'll read on. It says Flores' lawsuit alleges that the league has discriminated against him and other black coaches for racial reasons, denying them positions as head coaches, offensive linemen, offensive and defensive coordinators, and quarterbacks coaches, as well as GMs. Flores also claims Miami offered him $100K per loss during his first season with the team in 2019 in an effort for a top draft pick. The NFL has maintained the lawsuit is without merit, although Goodell said before the Super Bowl that all of the allegations, whether they're based on racism or discrimination or the integrity of our game, all of those to me were very disturbing. That's quoted by Roger Goodell before the Super Bowl. The Dolphins requested the arbitration hearing last month. We also are hopeful that upon reading this letter and reflecting further, the Dolphins will reconsider their position and withdraw their arbitration request so that Mr. Flores' claims of racial discrimination and other unlawful conduct can be heard in a fair and transparent manner in front of the judge and jury and his peers. Damn, bro. So Flores and his people are pushing hard, guys, for this to stay in a public eye. We just seen what happened to a player that bet $1,500. At least that's what they have on him. I'm thinking the details will come out. Maybe he bet more than that. But even if it was one-time bet and they were bet in a day where he bet $1,500, 1,000 times, in $1 bets or $12 bets or $2 bets, whatever the hell it was, it's not going to end well for Stephen Ross if they're suspending a player for an entire year and throwing the rule book at him for betting. And then we got an owner throwing games and an ex-coach saying that he was throwing games. And he wants his time in front of the public eye to plead his case. That's going to be bad. Whether he's got damning evidence or not, the media hype and push that could come with him sitting in front of a camera talking about this, giving in detail a story. Even if Stephen Ross gets his chance to sit out in front and talk in a detailed story, it's not gonna look good. Got one African-American head coach fired after a losing season, talking about racism in the NFL, giving a whole nother case, saying that this owner is telling him that to throw football games. And here he is, a white billionaire. I'm telling you guys, this optics is not looking good. And although I started #TossBossRoss, this isn't the way I wanted it. I wanted Boss Ross out of here for incompetency, not for scandal, which I don't know what I was thinking, because it should have made sense to me that this was how it was going to go down. This guy has been nothing but riddled in scandal around here, which to me made all the sense why they would go after a quarterback caught in a scandal, because why the hell not? We've been nothing but scandalous down here in Miami. Like, we out here shivving people for their freaking wallets. I mean, what the hell? So it's an ugly look. Color, what's up, my brother?
Not much, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. We're still waiting on Marc. Hopefully he can make it on here, dude. I have been in contact with him. He said he was driving. I know he's trying to get on. I told him, listen, if you got to wait a little bit, you can wait a little bit. No big deal. The show goes on for hours.
Yep.
So
it never stops, right?
It never stops, buddy. Oh, we got ourselves a bot in here, guys. Where's my admins at? I ain't blocking these bots. What's going on, guys?
I know.
What's up, EM? How's it going, brother? So kind of caught holding my pants down a little bit. I was hoping to have Marc on here, talk to him about all this good stuff, being Dolphins fan of the year and stuff. I'll have to push back a little bit. I was going to talk to him about things, but Mike Gesicki. And I was on Miss Finn's show on TD Finn's Talk. Shout out TD, my guy. Not too long ago, I went over there to say hey to Miss Finn's and jump on there. And what's happening, Fat Boy Swag? Crypto, what's up, brother? I'm going to be dropping the link here in a little bit, guys. But if Marc comes by, I'll have to let everyone off the show. So yeah, you all have to get the hell out of here. I got to make it look nice, okay? We got to look like not a bunch of heathens around here. All right, this is a tailgate party, and we can run with, our faces painted and mud, look like we're in the mosh pit and get crunk like, we do. But we got to try to, on the interview shows, I'm trying to put my jacket on, look professional. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do it right around this mud. But so I was hoping that the Dolphins were going to spend bigger money, like $11 million on a tight end on somebody else. I know, JP. But I also understand why. And hear me out, Dolphins fans. There's a chance they still go after a free agent tight end or one in the draft. I would love that freaking kid out of Central Michigan. Boy, I would love that kid out of Central Michigan. And guys, well, stay tuned for my offensive draft picks, top draft picks that could slide to us in the first round or might be worth a pick. He's not a pick in the first round, but somebody I'll put on there just for a little bit of background check. But there's other guys that are available via free agency that we can pick up that aren't going to cost big bucks. Zach Ertz is a free agent right now, and I know he used to make big money, but he would be an amazing guy on this team if they could get him for the right price. I don't think they're going to be able to afford a Zach Ertz, but I mean, listen, they're probably going to pay Durham Smythe, which is smart. They might still go after OJ Howard. Who knows? Maybe they can get him. If they let Smythe walk, then maybe OJ Howard is the guy they go for. That would be kind of consistent with that role. But I spoke about this on TD show with Miss Finn's on there. To me, how many wide receivers inside the slot could you pay $11 million to take on the duties that not only he can do as a slot wide receiver, but can now be used in this Shanahan, Mike McDaniel hybrid offense that they're going to run with a power running game, but it's all about trickery and leaking the guy out. I know we want a more stable tight end for blocking, but he can be just as serviceable, up at the line, hand in the ground, takes a step back, goes in motion, back up and around, just using him as a decoy until they go, oh, you know what? They're just using him as a decoy. And then now that there's no one guarding him, he just leaks out into the open flat and boom, make him pay. So what's up, DJ K9, Miami Football Talk? What's up? So I think the payment of $11 million was not for a tight end. And we need to not view him as a tight end. We need to view him as a bargain bought wide receiver for 1 year. That's how we're going to have to look at it. What do you think, Color? You're on mute, Color. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Color? What's going on, bud? All right. I'm going to drop Color back for a minute. I don't know what's going on with Color real quick. But, yeah, I could see the reason for them paying him is because it's It's the same. If you went and got a slot wide receiver and we went and looked at slot wide receivers, you're probably gonna have to pay a guy in free agency that can get the production that Mike Gesicki got for way more. So now that you've signed Mike Gesicki, now we go for that 2-for-1 deal, guys. Let's go pay Durham Smythe $4 million a year guaranteed. Go pick up, pay Durham Smythe. Maybe that'll be what happened. So, okay. Just got a message from Marc. He says that he just got home. It'll be a few more minutes, so no worries. But yeah, yes, Jose, he's going to be the big slot wide receiver this year. No different than what he's kind of been anyhow. So, well, Alida, our tight end room and our it's really not, because I expect them to sign some of the same guys. And now, guys, I'm also kind of wondering, we're here looking at all these talented guys that we want to come to the Dolphins, but who's to say they want to come here? I'm just calling it like I see it. So a lot of people are like, go get Amari Cooper. Maybe, but it's all about money at that point, isn't it? Amari just lost out on $20 million. He's going to want to make some of that money back. Somebody else might be able to pay him the money that we should, we don't want to. So there is no, I don't think AB Waddle is going to play slot. I think he's going to play like money wide receiver, kind of like when you have elite talents like Waddle, you don't give him a position. He plays slot, inside, outside, running back. You put him all over the place because you're going to want to give him every opportunity to put his hands on the football. And that's what this offense does. This offense is predicated more about a very fluid moving block scheme of the offensive line. It's kind of off the snap of the ball. Everyone's going to take off in a direction. And the idea of it is to get out and set your edges. So then the play's either going that way or everyone pursues that way and the play's actually going the other way. So it's a trickery sideline to sideline. And once they have you from an offensive point, either running or throwing the ball, going sideline to sideline, you start to spread yourself out, but creep up closer into the box to prevent this, then they go off the top. DJ, I got to say, man, I don't want Parker on this football team, and I know Crypto's watching, but they're going to keep Parker on this football team. There's no money gained or lost in either way of letting him go, unless he's a part of some big package deal for somebody. I just don't see it. I would look at like DK Metcalf. Maybe if the whatchamacallit are tanking in some way, maybe you can buy DK off them, trade him Parker, pay some of that money and give them a pick or something, and they can justify it in some way. That might be something they would be interested in, but I don't know. Yeah, Jose, I think Lynn Bowden is going to be the man next year. I was digging. I thought this was going to be his breakout year. Lynn Bowden is fire. I like me some Lynn Bowden Jr. He's a pretty damn good football player. I like guys like that. I like guys that when they catch the football, if it's a 2-yard little catch or behind the line, if he's got dead to rights, the guy's got him, and yet he just sidesteps his ass. Whoop, gets a little bit of, he always breaks that first tackle. He always does. So he does a real good job at that. But that's the kind of wide receiver that I think that the Dolphins are going to target in free agency, in the draft. You can't have a one-trick pony like, well, I guess you could say he's got 2 tricks, Devontae Parker. He can run that slant, and he can do those 50-50 balls. But that's not what they want. They want versatile. Everyone is 6 foot, 6'1", shifty, break on their routes and create separation for to get the team. What you want to do in this scheme, guys, is you want to run the ball with force. And they stack the line with 6 offensive linemen. Sometimes they have 7 on the line, where 2 of them are tight ends that are all blocking. And they're just going downhill to the left, downhill to the right, coming straight at you behind. And once you now go to single high safety and stay in zone because you're tired of getting beat up all on, then you start picking them apart inside the zone. You find those soft spots, and then you could just put the ball where it's supposed to be, and the wide receiver on his break, as long as the timing is correct, you'll be fine. And then once you catch their safety cheating up on this, then you take their top off their ass. That's when a guy gets, that's when someone gets out of position. There's a breakdown, or you get a double move and a guy goes downfield and just you kill him. You guys seen that in that NFC Championship game when Cooper Kupp just was free down the field. That's because they had to go on side to side. They thought they were going to try to go to play the sidelines for the clock, and no, Cooper Kupp leaked out the back and went all the way for the touchdown. This is what it is. No problem, Miss Fins. I was happy to jump on. Anytime, I see you on here all the time. Yes, guys, please hit the like button if you're watching. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, make sure to come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and go back and watch it on those other networks. That's cool, but we need the subscribers over here on the show. Who should be our running back number 1? I don't know, DJ. It'll all depend what they decide to do. There is no running back number 1 for this team. That's not how they're going to do it. There's not going to be a bell cow unless Walker is, unless they trade back out of 29 and they're sitting there at the top of the second, maybe, or move up from 50 and get Walker in the second. Then maybe they would do something like that. But I don't imagine them doing that. That's not even how the Niners do it most times. They already said it. They're not gonna, through free agency, through lower draft picks, through other types of means, undrafted guys. That's how they're gonna fill out the roster. So they'll probably re-sign Lindsey, which they should. They'll probably re-sign Duke, which they should. And we still have Miles on the team. They'll probably re-sign Xavien Howard. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but don't forget, guys, Xavien Howard came in kind of young. He's only 23 years old. So there's a lot of growing he could do. He's a year younger than Tua. And he's got a lot of talent. He needs to work on his catching and his route running a little bit, because I think he's a little bit long-strided when he can be a little bit short-strided and be a little bit more shifty. And hopefully, he'll spend some time with Wes Welker, and Wes Welker could show him how to put that foot in the ground and do those curl routes. And because we've seen him run that wheel route in practice, and I didn't see it one time in the game that I can remember. But I can't see this team riding out with a number 1 running back where it's like a feature back. That's not the way the Dolphins do it. It's not the way the Dolphins have done it for years. And it's not even really what it seems to be the plan. I could be wrong. They could draft someone with the 29th pick and who they think that could be the feature guy. But yeah, it's takes no talent. Kenshawn takes no talent. Sharif. So Color, you working now? What's going on? What happened there?
I don't know, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Yeah, I know it. I got a message from Norcal. He said he's just got home. He's going to be in a little bit. So
cool.
We'll be expecting him soon enough. But anyhow, guys, before we continue on with the show, make sure you're hitting that like button and coming back and checking out all the great content we have here. Talk TMI Tuesdays, Talk 7 and Color live at 9 on Tuesdays. Great show. Great show, guys. If you're not watching TMI Tuesday, you guys are missing out on amazing content. I got to be honest. And then right after that, you got Open Mic with Mike on the Mic. You guys can also catch Mike on the Mic with Drop the Mic and Brandon the Bookies with them Saturdays at 10. Tomorrow night, late night color commentary, guys. Everybody's favorite Tua lover, Color. And then you guys want to help support the show, Cash App, the Fins Tailgate, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate, helps the show out. We also got fan gear. Link is in the description below. Check out the hats, the hoodies, the beanies, all the good stuff. And we're also, guys, we're a partner with Fanatics, fanatics.com for all of your great sports apparel, all of your hats, jerseys, anything. You want to look good like El Capitan and have some cool stuff, go to fanatics.com. Hit the link. It helps the show grow. Really appreciate it, guys. So hold on, let me
That's right. To a love, to a love. He helps me sleep at night.
yeah, why don't you tell,
I got a big Tua teddy bear. He's got a big number 1 shirt on. I won it at the fair.
Yeah. What, the South Florida Fair? So yeah, guys, I'm interested to see, what kind of money the Dolphins spend, because it's going to tell me if are they going to keep to what they were, or are they going to get off of what Chris Greer's been kind of doing, projecting guys.
You said keep and two in the same sentence. Were you insinuating that they weren't going to keep Tua?
That's right. You messed up. I Freudian slip there, buddy. So
sorry.
No,
it's understandable.
Are they gonna keep the course that Chris Greer kind of stays with, or are they gonna change it? Are they gonna go big? Are they gonna go, pay big money for guys? It hasn't really worked out for the Dolphins. A lot of these players that I keep seeing us want keep getting either in trouble, Ridley, or keep slipping through our fingers, signing, Harold Landry. Harold Landry's the guy I wanted badly, bro. I wanted Harold Landry badly, bro.
I mean, Ross just seems hell-bent on taking a gamble.
Ooh, color with the shots. Watch out. Brandishing a weapon. Yeah, Miss Fins, I will, and I can, and I do talk to people. Because when you do 12 to 15 hours a week, sometimes, on a show, lots of crap just comes falling right out of your mouth. So I'll never remember what I said. So hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button.
It's everything you held in all day just comes falling right out, right?
I guess. I don't know. I just don't even know. This light comes on and I just stare into it and I zone out and I just start talking about madness. So, can't help it. I blame it on the football team. I blame it on Ross. They've driven us all to this absolute madness.
It's a madhouse! A madhouse!
I like when the ape runs away at the end. It's my favorite part of the
right. Like, where's he going? I'm just gonna put away this fire hose now.
Yep, just gonna go drop over this fire hose after I spray down some more people, because that's just that's kind of where we're at. We could use a good hose down. With this owner, he's really made it difficult, man. He really has. All right, Color. I'm gonna drop you back because Norcal is gonna be coming on here in just a second. Right. But yeah, guys, if you guys haven't and you're on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, please do us the favor, jump over here to the Fins Tailgate on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And guys, make sure to get all of here. I see you, Rasta, over there in the Ukraine. Without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Marc on, Norcal. You ready, Marc? Let's see. What's up, Marc? How's it going, bud? Nice meeting you.
I think so.
What's up, man?
Likewise. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited that you were able to get on. I know you. Yeah, you're coming through. I mean, it's a little skippy on the video, but I can hear you just fine.
Okay, good.
Good deal. So, well, we'll get right into it, Marc. You were voted fan of the year this year. An amazing thing. I remember early on last year, Seeing you, I know you're a Big O guy. You like to watch the Big O. I seen you on there over the summer when Big O was going. I remember Big O going, "Oh yeah, NorCal's going to take it Fan of the Year this year." And I was like, "All right, cool," And with you always being like in the purview of the positive porpoise guys and all the good stuff you guys do with the giveaways and everything like that. Big E I had on last week, and now you're NorCal 2020 Fan of the Year. What's it like to receive that? To just the elation must be amazing, because I know you're a diehard fan, bud.
Yeah, it's actually hard to even comprehend because I still just consider myself a big Dolphins fan, and that was never even in the outlook, to be honest. So to get it, and then to get treated the way I was treated by our team and the NFL in general, it was pretty amazing. It's good to see them giving back to the fans, and I hope that the Dolphins and the NFL in general can do more of what they did for Big E and for myself, just because I can think of 100 fans right now that are Fan of the Year in my eyes, So, we all Dolphin fans, obviously, if you're a diehard, you leave your house wearing Dolphins gear and whatever. You're a diehard just like me, in my opinion. So, yeah, we do some positive things, Chris. You brought it up, the positive porpoise. I've been a big supporter of them since they were started, and luckily enough, I was able to join their admin team last week. It's been kind of a long time coming, and as you know, I'm super busy with work, and it's not always conducive of doing the work needed to do the giveaways that you're talking about. Those are, a lot of work involved getting the items, whether they are donated to them or you go out and get them on your own. It's a lot of work, and it's very rewarding, but all the same, it is a lot of work. So shout out to Danny, the Positive Porpoise, and his crew of 7 admin that helped make that page what it is and help make the changes in the world that they make. So that's truly amazing, and I'm honored to be a part of them now.
Yeah, Danny's the man. I had spoken with Big E. It looks like, I think Danny's next in line, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff Danny does for the Dolphins and has as far as Fan of the Year goes. When do we start the push for Danny? Because I know he's been giving stuff away, representing the team with raising money.
Already have, man. I'll tell you right. When they interviewed me and told me, when they told me I was gonna be it, I said, "Are you sure you're not supposed to be calling Danny Johnson right now?" So the push has already begun, man.
Good, man.
Absolutely. Good. He's again, hundreds of fans. Hundreds of fans that are deserving of it. Danny Johnson, absolutely, in my eyes, is most deserving if you're looking at how big of a fan he is and what he's doing for the fans around the world. Yeah, how can he not be nominated for that amazing?
So I noticed something that you did. I don't know when you started it, but you started the Norcal Dolfan Club, and then you had that gear, and you started selling gear for the DCC. And you guys raised money, and you were on Team Positive Porpoise, right? You guys raised what, almost $120,000, the TPP team in collective for the DCC, the bike run.
Right, this year alone, they've raised $110,500 as Team Positive Porpoise. Norcal Dolfan Club raised $10,600 and something dollars of that directly, and then Scott Howell and I, we do a thing called Worldwide Dolfan Clubs, and his Atlanta Dolfan Club raised, I think, $5,100 for the TPP team. So altogether it's $110,500, and between Norcal Dolfan Club and Scott's Club, we're well over $16,000 towards Team Positive Porpoise. And so that's just fans, man. No corporations, no big companies donating to us.
Nope.
Just a bunch of fans
real donation dollars.
Are doing it from the bottom of their heart. And No, seriously, man. I have a guy in our club, and I won't mention any names, but he writes $1,000 check every year, and then I've
Wow.
got another guy in my club who, if he can find $5 in his house, it's going to be hard for him to find it. But guess what? He's donating it to the cancer research. So every donation is truly amazing because I know that everyone works so hard for that donation. So that's just how we look at it, man. It's just amazing to get the $5 donation. It's amazing to get the person who can't donate. He shares the link, and it's all for a great cause, we believe. So
Yeah, it's definitely the best representation of like I got this ridiculous show, and one day it'll be more than it is, but the one page, and we talked about this a long time ago, because one of my best friends, Tonk, he does a show on Tuesdays. His mom had passed away from cancer, and so we had talked about, hey, whenever this gets somewhere and it starts moving, we want to do our part into representing the Finns tailgate as what the Dolphins do. And so we follow guys lead with the Dolphins talk, TPP, Norcal, as yourself. We see that type of work, and you guys inspired the younger guys and the new generation of us. And I'm sure you already know, Dolph. A lot of us, man, we see where you're doing, and we understand how important it is. And to have you guys represent the team as fans, we appreciate it, man. We really do. And so it's not on deaf ears. Like, this is something that continues to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's not, hopefully we can, share the burden together collectively and do what we can to make a difference. Now, we're not rich people either, but we do what we can and how we can. And, I see how Danny does so much, and how the guys over at Dolphins and Big E, and in the season he's facilitating tickets, and just it's so much a charity thing that it's really a big part that's changed from this team. I've been a fan my entire life, and I never, I used to be in the Finn Fans Club in Central Florida, and it was really giving and stuff like that, but it's evolved in such a way with the Dolphins community that it's impressive and very respectable, and it's just a nice thing, man. So at the DCC, I seen you got to meet some of the players that were there. I saw you got to meet who was it that you met? Patrick Laird, and there was somebody else you guys got to meet as well. Also, you got to meet Mike McDaniel. What was that like?
yeah, that was awesome, man. He's such a funny guy. He's so cool, down to earth. Jalen Phillips, super awesome.
Cool.
Tom Garfinkel, the CEO of the Dolphins, I couldn't believe it. Got to talk to him for a good 20 minutes and found out he's from Northern California, about 30 miles from where I work. So we got to chop it up a little bit, about our
Wow.
personal lives. So it was a lot of fun to get to do that. And again, I want to say it's great to see the team, putting together events like this that put all of us fans that are doing our part to give back, and the players who are giving back. It's great to all be in the same vicinity together and get a chance to run into each other and talk and just find out that we're all the same. We all just do different things during the day to make our living or entertain ourselves or whatever, but we're all the same, man.
Yeah, it's been something that seems to be, if there's one thing I'll give Ross that he did, when he came here, he brought all the older players back, started getting them back involved. And it seems to this community sort of outreach from the Dolphins to the fans, they really meet us halfway, and so it's grown a much positive vibe around the team. Yeah. And us Dolphin fans, were us lifers anyhow, we're kind of cynical because it's been hard being a Dolphins fan, but they've done a good job of, picking up spirits and keeping things. I mean, listen, they went into overdrive when they blew the team up in 2019, and it's been great. So with that, you guys also did a couple years ago, you did a tour of the training facility, with a bunch of the guys. I think it was in like 2017. What was that like? You got to see it like back when it first opened up, the training facility. How was that?
That was cool. We haven't been to the new one yet, but we went to the training bubble in Davie a few times. One time, yeah, right after it opened, and the Dolphins actually put together this little fan competition thing where we got to kick field goals and throw footballs around, and we didn't get to meet any of the players in there, but it was really cool to be in the training facility and get to use it to do our unprofessional training in there. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun in there. Looking forward to seeing the new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen the facility. I've been over to the stadium a couple times, but now so with that, how do you feel about the team, Norcal? With Big E, he does Dolphins talk. I know you do some stuff and you're active with TPP, and I think people, would love to hear how you feel of the state of the team. I mean, there is another scandal in the building in some ways, which is hopefully that's getting cleared up. Arbitrations hopefully gonna take care of some stuff, but beyond the scandal things, Tua quarterback, it's his third year. Feels like we've got a coach that was brought in to facilitate things for him. Talent should be signed, a lot of talent. We got money, so hopefully they'll put some of it in that offense for the young man. What do you think about the team as far as the state of the team right now?
Obviously, we have some questions left to be answered, but like you said, they tore this team down to the bare bones in 2019, and coming into year 3 of rebuilding this team. It doesn't happen overnight, but coming into year 3, we got $58 million in cap room. We don't have our first round draft pick, but we have the Niners first round pick. And then we do have some extra draft picks later on. So state of the team, yeah, there's improvement to be done, but there is money available to make some free agent moves. There's extra draft picks to get some young talent. And then, looking into the year after that, we've got 2 first round draft picks again. And, but yeah, Tua, I think he's an upper echelon quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be a top 5, quarterback at any given time of any season, but I think he's definitely an improvement of the last quarterback we had.
You'll get no argument
who we
from
thought was going to be our guy, but so I think he reads the field well. I think he reads the field real well. And I liked what Flo was doing on the outside, but I don't know what happens inside. But more than that, I really like Chris Grier. I think he's been with the team since 2004 as a talent scout. And I think obviously he was telling Stephen Ross, his reports on players and in scouting. I think over time, Ross just said, look, I think this guy has the ability to bring talent in here, and he knows other people around the NFL. And I think Chris Grier is a good GM. I don't know what happened inside the locker room and inside the front office between Flo and Grier, but I don't think they ever really saw eye to eye once Flo got a little more control of the team. So
seems like
I'm hopeful, man. I talked to McDaniel about that actually, and thought, yeah, I don't honestly, I don't think Flo deserved all the power he was given yet. He was a young coach, and I think Chris Grier made a mistake giving him too much power. And again, I could be totally off base there, but I think with him getting rid of Flo and getting another coach, I think he realizes the same thing. Like, hey, I know talent. I've been a talent scout. Reggie McKenzie, he's a talent scout. He's been a GM. He knows what he's doing. And
yeah,
so that just, I trust Grier. I think he's on the right path. And I think this team is close because they do have talent on the team. And yeah, they do lack talent, but they got rid of the entire team in 2019. So they're building it. they're not trying to patch holes with overpaid, free agents. I think they're just doing it right, and it takes a little bit of time to do it right. And hopefully Coach Flo was the major problem with going to that next level.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you with Chris Greer. Anybody who's been watching the show since inception knows that I like Chris Greer. I was a big fan of Flores too. I don't know. Again, I agree with you. We don't know what happened behind closed doors when Stephen Ross, when he let go of Brian Flores, and when Stephen Ross came on the podium and said that Brian Flores was let go. It looked personal, and how Flores was acting in that last press conference, it looked like he knew he messed up somewhere, but we can only speculate on those things. But I'm 1,000,000% with you on Chris Greer. I've always believed in him. I thought, it's almost like you can look at the picks that have been on this team over the last umpteen years that he's been around, and you can go, oh, you know what? I think that's a Chris Greer guy. I think that, like, Christian Wilkins looks like a guy Chris Greer got. Xavien Howard looks like a guy Chris Greer got. And not for nothing, but he's been here since 04. Like you said, we have the receipts. If he was bad at his job, he would have gone with the last 10 different, regime changes that we've had around here. So I do have faith in the building of the future. But man, dude, the AFC just got tougher. Russell Wilson's now in the AFC West. It's going to be a difficult uphill battle with this football team for certain. There is money in the mattress, as they say, but they're going to have to spend it. So let's hope they spend it wisely. Is there any free agents that you would like to see come to the Dolphins right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind. I don't like to speculate. I like to let the things play out. But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Laremy Tunsil come back in here if we could get him.
Nice.
Get him in here. I want to see Tua protected. I want to see Tua protected well, and I think if Tua is protected well, and we can run the ball better, man. And I'm guilty of right now not studying up on who really is available. But I don't see the Dolphins spending big money on any one player, man. They're going to continue doing what they're doing with responsible contracts and drafting young talent, I think. I don't think they're going to hit the panic button yet. So,
yeah, I agree with you.
I think they're still in the position where they should be waiting to find players that want to come play in Miami because they can see that is going to be going to the next level. So I don't want to pay the guy like X. Nothing against X Factor, but I don't want to keep paying guys and then they want to get more money the next year and the next year and the next year. Like I want a guy who wants to be part of the team and he wants to get paid after they win a Super Bowl.
Man, it's kind of what I was talking about before you came on, because now that we've hit Mike Gesicki with the franchise tag, and I want to get your thoughts on that. But now there's Emmanuel Ogbah will go to free agency. He will get offers, and I don't want to say he's gone, but I don't want to pay Emmanuel Ogbah $16 million a year or more than that. That's not really what Chris Greer's been doing or how he does it. He'd rather go find a guy that's like 26, 27 years old, pay him $7 million a year, and bet on the upside in the system and the building, and give more responsibility to Jalen Phillips, I would imagine. But how do you feel about the Dolphins giving the franchise tag to Mike Gesicki? Do you think it's worth the 1 year or what?
That's absolutely it's worth. Look, I like Gesicki. I don't care what you call him. Call him a tight end. Call him a wide receiver. He catches the ball. I don't care that he doesn't block. He's a tall receiver that catches the ball with two hands, one hand's in coverage, out of coverage, wherever. What's he getting? 10 million? I'll give him 13. And Ogbah, I'll pay him too, man. He's worth 16. He's worth 16. Again, though, I'm not Chris Greer. I don't know what talent is out there for what amount of money, but I'll tell you what, I was a Cam Wake guy, and I think Ogbah I think Ogbah is all of Cam Wake, man. Maybe a little bit extra, dude. I really like Emmanuel Ogbah.
Yeah,
He's fun to
I
watch.
do like
So
Ogbah, but I don't know. I think he might want like that big. I mean, it's Drew Rosenhaus. We've seen how Drew Rosenhaus has done the Dolphins before. When we let a player one that he represents, and he starts representing them, and he basically does all these hints that we need to pay him before free agency comes, because if not, he's going to do what he does every time and find the biggest offer that he can for his client, which could be north of 16 million. It could be like 60 million guaranteed. I'd rather spend less and try to go a little bit, younger and try to hopefully find the next Emmanuel Ogbah in Miami. There's a guy on the Chargers, I think, that would be a good candidate for that, but we won't get into the weeds on that. But yeah, I agree with you. I think I see the value of why they paid Mike Gesicki. Because I also think they're still going to sign. Well, they should sign Durham Smythe, but they might even sign somebody else as well, because they might just have Mike Gesicki as a tight end, but only keep him as a pass catcher. I'm interested to see what Mike McDaniel can do. I thought Mike Gesicki, even though his numbers weren't terrible last year, I still thought it was a little less than what I thought he was going to be as far as production goes. But, and I said this to the chat and the channel earlier, I think we can all agree Mike Gesicki was underutilized and just seemed like there's more meat on the bones for what Mike Gesicki could be,
No, I don't. I think Gesicki, if called upon more, puts more stats up across the board, more yards, more catches, more touchdowns. So his lack of production was not his doing. He was there and ready to play and on the field and open. So again, I think Tua just needs a little more time to he just needs a little more protection. That gives him that extra half a second. He sees the field. He's going to see that guy if he has a quarter to a half a second longer every play on a consistent basis. So no, I love the Gesicki signing, and I think it's a cheap signing, and I think they might actually work something out and not have to franchise tag him in the end, but we'll see.
Oh,
we'll see. They named him the franchise tag, but I think they can still get a deal done.
Yeah, there's nothing against that. They might still want to work a deal done, or maybe it's something they'll work in the middle of the year if they see his utilization in the offense. Maybe they can work it out, because I agree. If there was ever a time for him to shine, now's the year, because you get that franchise tag, you better shine big time, try to get that money. You think they'll sign Durham Smythe?
Again, they should, but again, you don't know what. Again, man, they should sign X Factor last year, but then he held the handcuffs over him. So I hate to use the word, they should sign Durham Smythe. I don't know what Durham is asking for, but I think Durham is a good tight end. So it depends what he's asking for. Yeah, I would love to see him back in Miami. He does it all. So he'd be a good player to have.
Durham Smythe is like projected to get like $6 million a year, like guaranteed. So I think that's kind of worth it in some ways, especially because you're probably paying a little bit cheaper for Gesicki than he would have gotten if we signed him. He'd probably get a little bit more than $11 million guaranteed. So might be the year to sign Durham Smythe. How do you? So you're not really in favor of. I mean, to me, it's gonna come down to the bargaining table for Xavien Howard. But from all reports that I'm hearing now, it's not really going that good. Would you be opposed to them letting go of Xavien or trading him and trying to get J.C. Jackson from New England?
Again, I just don't like
probably
the
cost
guy
the same
who
amount of
is
money.
all for me. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I don't know JC's history on holding out or wanting money, but X Factor's already proven that if you don't pay him what he wants, he's going to hold out on you, and that's going to hurt the team. So I'm kind of over that. I love X. He's great cornerback, but You know, he didn't produce last year enough to warrant more money. I'm over it, man. I'm over the X factor demanding more money when he doesn't really produce.
I think we're
He
learning that the
produced
X
that 1
factor
year,
means
man.
it's more money.
He wasn't lights out last year.
Yeah, he has given up some plays
What's
here
next,
and there.
X? What's next,
Yeah,
X?
yeah. What's next? So,
And they all do. I don't mean to sound critical, but
well, that's okay. So, as Dolphins fan of the year, are you going to the draft? Are they going to have you come to the draft? Have you heard anything about that?
I have not. Chris, who works for the Dolphins, has been in close contact with me, and I plan on going to the draft, whether the Dolphins are putting something together for the fans or not.
Cool.
So it's only a 9-hour drive for me down to Vegas. So I'm going to drive down there and check out my boy Brian Carroll, the president of the Las Vegas Dolphin Club. So believe it or not, I've never been to Las Vegas. It's 9 hours away from my house, and I've never been there. So
really, man, I've never been to Las Vegas
happen.
either. I've never been either. So, well, I hope you do go, because that would be awesome. We need representation there for the Dolphins, as usual. It's not like we've got a big, it's good to have Dolphins represented. Well, actually, our fan base travels well. We're represented well everywhere. We got fans in UK. It's actually one of the biggest brands in Europe and United Kingdom is the Dolphins. So that's what's good about that. Have you looked at anybody in the draft? If Norcal was picking in the draft first round, what position would you go? Would you try to go offensive line because that's where we're weak, or would you go for weapons for Tua? What are you thinking?
Well, I honestly, anyone could use weapons, but I think Tua has the weapons he needs. He needs the protection. He could use a running back. So let's see what happens in free agency before I make my final call. But I'll tell you what, I'll never question our GM because I really trust him. But I was really thinking Harris would have been a nice running back last year to have in Miami, So, but maybe he didn't think the team was ready. Maybe it was a Flores move. I don't know, but I was wanting some Najee Harris up in Miami last year. But so I would say if there's a running back with the Niners pick there, what at 29 or whatever that is we have, I would be all for taking a running back there. But definitely we gotta bolster up that offensive line for Tua and whatever running back we're gonna come in here and demand, high standard from. We gotta have that offensive line in check.
Well, I kind of wonder as well, because they've brought in so many coaches that have to do with either the offensive line or tight end group, especially for this scheme. It's going to be a lot of these big boys are going to have to run. We have young talent. We've drafted a lot of guys. So these coaches should be good at their job. They should be coaching these guys up. I hope we don't pick somebody in the first round that's a offensive lineman. To me, perfect scenario is one of these linebackers fall to us. But that's different topic. Because to me, we're one line. If we kept Emmanuel Ogbah, we're one true middle linebacker away from having like top 10 defense, no matter what, But we're gonna need it too with all these quarterbacks coming to the AFC as well. But I think that schematically and all these coaches brought in, they're gonna do some work on the offensive line. And like you said too, we got to wait and see what they're going to do on free agency. I just hate depending on free agency because, like all of us know, you always got to overpay for free agency. And the last time we bought in free agency, it's still biting us, with Xavien Howard right now. We didn't pay him. We paid another guy and he's crying about it every year. You know what I'm saying? Byron Jones ain't crying. He's happy, And did you hear Byron Jones had elective surgery today? So, but he'll be good. It's just elected surgery. So, but yeah, if it were my first pick and one of those linebackers fell to us, I'd be stoked for that. But
yeah, well, that's always a needed position. So But I love our secondary. I do love X Factor, man. I hope he can figure out a way to stay here in Miami and get paid off of his what he's doing on the field, not necessarily what he thinks he should get paid. Get paid for what you're doing for the team, man.
Well, so I'll pose this kind of last question. What's your next big plan? First of all, are you coming to Fan Week next year? Because I'm gonna go to Fan Week next year. We'll have to meet up for certain. That's number one. Number two, is there any big events coming along that you're gonna have to take care of as Dolphins Fan of the Year? Kiss babies and sign things or anything like that?
Well, I mean, there's not any events I have to attend, but down in Southern California, Jason Miller, this is the 9th year in a row that they do an off-season picnic, and they get anywhere from 100 to 200 fans show up to go to this picnic together down in a park in San Bernardino, California. And they do raffles there. They do a cornhole tournament and a water balloon toss and barbecue. Full-on family event. So that's the next event I'm going to be doing. That's in May 21st down in Southern California. I'm sure there's going to be some babies down there, and heck yeah, I'm going to kiss some.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, if you get the information or something, tag me in it on Facebook. I'll share it on Twitter. I'll talk about it on the show. I'm always about helping the community out in every way, shape, and form. In fact, I kind of started this thing out the gates by giving away a couple of tickets to the Jets game. I'm big on the charity around here too. I ain't a rich guy, but what I have extra, I try to give away. It's important to us at the Fins Tailgate and anything. And if you guys need anything from me at all ever, or have something coming up, reach out. I will promote it. Anything, every time you give me in the message to say, hey, Chris, we got this coming up. I'll be more than happy to let you guys know and let people know, because I got fans, all over the place. We're not real big, only been going a couple of months, but we're growing up quick, man. It's hasn't even been 4 full months, and hopefully soon we'll get to that 1,000 subscribers and continue this on, because I didn't start this with looking to give up, bro. So I'm looking to go all the way.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. That's how it's going to grow, is you being consistent, and you just keep on doing what you're doing and doing what you love, and people are going to flock to it, man. It might take a little time, but it'll happen. And as long as you're doing something you're happy with, everyone's having a good time. So, hey, and speaking of Fan Club Weekend, we'll stay in touch, because we don't know what weekend that is, but me and Scott will make sure we have a little something for one of your listeners, and we'll do a promotion or something after we know when it is, and we'll put something together where one of your listeners gets a coin or something, or we'll figure something out, man. But hopefully you'll get to attend, and we'll do something there live together.
That sounds amazing, man. Yeah, and when we come, I'll bring the smoker, and we'll do some smoking. I got a guy who makes custom grills, so we had a custom Dolphin smoker made last time, and maybe I'll kill a hog, and we'll smoke a whole hog out there. We'll have a great time. I can't wait. I'm gonna go big next year for sure. But yeah, I would love to give away some stuff. As soon as we get to 750, I got some Dolphin hats that I'm going to give away. And then once we get over 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away probably a jersey and a couple other hats. But anything and everything, again, Mark, anything you guys are trying to raise money for or have an event coming up, you guys let me know. I'll be more than happy to let everybody know it and try to get it out there. So anytime, man, you stay in contact with me, and I'm definitely going to see you at Fan Week next year, whenever that is. We'll stay in contact about that.
Oh, hey, I'm going to send you a couple of these right here.
Oh, word up.
Patches.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah, I'll send you a few of those. That way, when you get to 800, maybe your 800 subscriber gets one of these patches or something. I'll send you a handful.
I'll totally do it. I'll totally do that. And maybe I'll put one of the patches on the vest. I'll put it like over here or something. Maybe I'll put one of them on here, because this is my purple purple suit, my Joker suit that I put on. So maybe I'll put one of them on. I'll send the rest out. We'll send them with one of the hats or something like that. Have a great time, man. It's very important to reach out. You know, I'm here in Florida, especially in South Florida. I know it's hard to get fan gear, and some people, you know, it's just all about trying to spread the Dolphins and that good type of stuff that the Dolphins are trying to be about. We all about it, man.
Absolutely.
All right, Mark, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get in contact with you for the stuff. I'll send you my information through Messenger and whatnot. But thanks, man, so much again. Tell Danny, if you talk to him, that I'm going to be reaching out to him here real soon, because I want to get Danny to come on here next if he's got some time. You know, I want to talk to Danny soon. But man, thanks so much, and thanks for representing the Dolphins as great as you do. And couldn't happen to a better guy. And thank you so much, Norcal Dolfan, guys. Thanks again. And the Fins tailgate party never stops. We'll see you, next time for certain, buddy. And anytime you want to come on. And please, definitely let me know if you got some kind of charity thing going on. I want to promote it. So.
Absolutely, man. We'll be in touch. Send me your address, and I'll get these in the mail to you on Friday.
All right. Sounds good, my brother. Take it easy.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Man, guys, how awesome was that? Norcal going to send a couple of things when we get to 800 subscribers. When he gets here, I'll show you guys the patches. We'll send somebody out a patch. That was so awesome, man. I'm digging. This is kind of what I envisioned in the downtime, guys. There's little tidbits of news. We can come on here and get crazy and do the tailgate party. I could pull out the 101 and I can get sloshed on here and yell at everybody, which I might do. But in between them, we're trying to do something good. We're trying to build good things, and the guys at Positive Porpoise and Danny and Big E over at Dolphins Talk. These guys have been doing it for a long time, and they've done such a great job in the giving department that, I got to make sure that if I'm here, being this dancing bear for everybody, that you guys also understand that I got to, I'm here for the giving too. So when we get to 750 subscribers, we got some hats coming out. We get to 1,000. We got some more stuff coming out. Hit the link, go to fanatics.com. I'm also going to get some more gear, guys. Dolphins or the TFTG gear. You guys can get the hats, sweaters, flip-flops, beanies, all the good stuff in the link in the description below. With that, I'm going to bring Color back on here. Color, what's up, man? How about
what's up, man?
How about Norcal, dude? How about
it's pretty cool. I had it. I know he was delayed getting in, so he probably didn't have much time. But it would have been nice to get him a couple questions, because I always have the pertinent ones. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. You know what? I think Norcal will come back on here, man.
Sure. So I plan to ask him, about I was wondering if maybe he is willing to extend a place in his home for Tua if Tua gets homesick on the surfing. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure the surfing in North Cal is way better than it is in South Florida. You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty cool if he could work that out with Garfinkel, see if he can get in touch, give Tua a little vacation over there to get some board time in, you know what I mean? But also I was going to ask him, I'm also, I can relate. I'm also a fan of the year, in my apartment where I live alone, I am a fan of the year. So I can relate. I know how it is to be fan of the year a little bit, but, and also if they had any advice for a struggling fan club that I've been trying to, get going, and I was wondering if maybe, it might be something in the name. I'm calling them the Doubting Dugongs.
The doubting what?
The Doubting Dugongs.
I don't dugongs. What's a dugong?
Yeah, it's a species of dolphin.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Used to be confused with their. It's supposedly
the mermaid.
Yeah. It's the allegory behind the mermaid. Yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The mermaid.
And there's actually a scientific reason for that too, but I won't get into it even on a late night show. That's the OnlyFans type information there, you know. But yeah, let's just say they have symmetry in certain anatomy, and that's why they were confused for mermaids. I'll shut up.
Yeah, I got you, brother. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna open up the link for any of you insane people that want
For
to
any of you pirates out there that want to refute what I'm saying.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come up here and argue with color and say, listen, that was not the reason why we had ourselves done it for the booty.
They were wearing a dress, mate. We couldn't help it. It was their fault.
For the booty. So, you know, you think you're in a pirate tale, you're in one. So,
I might start up a minor league football team called the Palm Beach Doubting Dugongs.
That'd be hilarious.
Maybe where we end up anyway. So, you know, who knows?
Yeah, hold on. Here comes Cap. Goes Trouble P. What's up, Trouble?
Wagwan.
Maybe where we end up anyway. So,
a little bit of feedback on the thing there. What's going on, Cap, my brother?
So,
man.
Big booty Dolphins? You talking about some big booty porpoises?
That's right, bro. Ain't you ever heard that? Didn't you know that wise tale?
I'm so confused right now.
There's
you could always Google it. That usually tends to bust up the confusion.
I'm scared to Google it.
I'm not Googling it. I don't need that on there.
Yeah, I can't have my job looking into my computer.
I ain't Googling that. I ain't Googling that.
Don't Google it. I know what he's talking about. Don't Google it for your own frame of mind. Don't do it.
Hey,
it
was History Channel that brought it to my attention. It's their fault for bringing it up.
Yeah, you got me messed up, dude. Wicked, what's up, my brother?
I need that coffee, color god.
I know, right?
Oh, my keefy
up around here, so
my cough.
Keeping fins up, good dog.
Yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, brother. Look, Miss Fins go big booty porpoises. Love
Cheers,
the way
Coach.
you shake it.
Man, that Trouble P sounds an awful lot like Kahari, man.
Yeah, that's him. You got him. That's me.
I figured it was.
Well, he's got the P in there too. So
Right, that's
not like he
that
tried to hide
yeah.
too much.
I renamed myself, man. Larry L from that other show, man. He says I'm trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry says that? Why?
I don't know. I don't agree with anything he says. So, well, it is what it is.
Larry has a rule about the number 4. He doesn't really like to incorporate conversations that involve players that shall remain nameless.
Yeah, but see, Cap, the other morning I posted a picture of a door, not a 4. I don't know if he misunderstood. Maybe.
So, guys, free agency is all but upon us. I mean, isn't it? I mean, we haven't signed Ogbah. We're gonna have to start looking at options at edge rusher. I think. I like the kid from the Chargers, but also, where's these weapons for Tua? I don't hear any rumors coming out for the Dolphins wanting to sign this or sign that. They're tight-lipped about it. Are we getting weapons for Tua? Are we getting any offensive linemen? What's going to go on?
Sounds like a name for a new boy screamo band. You know what I mean?
Weapons for Tua.
Weapons for Tua. Yeah,
I would totally see that band. Sounds like a band I'd totally be going to see.
Does anybody want to be a weapon for Tua? I think that's a question that we need to see.
Sorry. Honestly, bro.
Well,
the
one we thought doesn't even want to be a weapon for Dak, so I think we're kind of screwed out of that picture.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of something I speculated. I'm like, well, are we even? And I think it was on Miss Fins. Are we going to start seeing these people we think we can sign here not want to come to the Dolphins?
No, there's too many people are about to be scrambling to go to Denver, man.
Oh yeah.
Don't even get me started, bro.
Oh yeah. Go there with Jerry Judy and the rest of
I
the
hear Green Bay
weapons.
needs some playmakers too.
They're gonna be chanting, "Let Russ cook." Great.
God forbid who the Colts get as their quarterback, because that defense is not that far away from getting in the playoffs either.
And Kansas City's going to sell off Pringle and Mecole to a couple sucker teams and replace those guys. So there's going to be some star that wants to go there.
Speaking of getting suckered, what about like those guys for the Dolphins?
They think we're just hating. They think we're just hating when we predict that stuff, but we're watching it play out right now.
No. History pretty much dictated to us that any player that wants to play goes to a contender that has a quarterback.
Well,
it's not freaking rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Cap. Well, wholeheartedly, man.
But hey, I'm a casual. What do I know?
Yeah,
hey, I would love to be wrong. I would love for you to be so wrong next year, Cap. But I doubt that you are. I think you're gonna be right in the end, and that's sad. Sad for people like us. Long suffering.
I hope you go get like Christian Kirk. You know, that's a guy I've been targeting on my free agency list for quite a while. I like Christian Kirk. I don't think he's going to command top end money, and I think he's going to be somebody that we can utilize in this offense. Because, I mean, guys, we got to get guys like Christian Kirk, and I hate to say it, Color, but guys like Pringle and what's his name, Robinson are the exact type of guys that they're going to need on this offense.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying they're not stout, good, solid wide receiver twos and could be 1.5s on most teams.
You don't need to buy a number one wide receiver, because
what I meant was Kansas City will pawn them off like they're some superstars when we all know, you know what I mean? They're just kind of outlets for Mahomes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just
still have to know how to sit down in the zone, but you know.
Did you hear Big O today? I was thinking about you, Color, when I heard him today.
I watched for about 5 seconds, and it was like, actually, it was like 5 minutes, and he was talking about something that had nothing to do with sports, so I gave up.
No, yeah, at the end, I think he was giving praise to Crowder, saying that he would take Crowder as a slot receiver and put Waddle.
I would totally take Crowder.
Oh, yeah.
We've been championing that for a while.
Yeah, because the price is right up our alley for what we need for him to do, you know, and he, you know, he's a guy like Brandon Cooks, where it's like no matter where he goes, if they're good or they're bad, he gets his solid, consistent, same performance, which is a little above average. You know
Jason,
what I mean?
I don't think Christian Kirk is getting $12 million a year, bro. No way. No way, so. Dude. No way. Maybe 8 on the top end. I was thinking more like you know, you could probably sign him for like a. Go ahead.
5 to 6 guy, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you could get him for, you know, like $18 million 3-year contract, 12 guaranteed, something like that. That's what you get Christian Kirk at, hopefully.
What's max number?
Another thing about Crowder, real quick, is that every time we've played the Jets since he's been there, like that's the one guy that makes me, but not figuratively speaking, but makes me bite my nails when we're watching the Jets. It's like, he's contain Crowder. You know what I mean?
He chews us up.
He's a baller.
He's a baller.
He's just one of those players that he's going to get his.
Well, it's not just that. He's that type of player like that I like Lynn Bowden is as well. They make that first guy miss. Mm-hmm. Even the guys got him, but they shake him loose every time.
And he hasn't had anybody decent throwing the ball to him since Cousins in Washington. Isn't that where he was at?
We're talking about Crowder here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets open. I mean, he knows how to run routes, settle in those zones.
And he still has take the top off ability.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, on occasion they'll let him out and he'll sneak down the sideline without people realizing it. You know what I mean? He did that in Washington at least.
Yeah.
Oh no, I see a little bit of Jarvis Landry in him.
Yeah,
I see a little bit.
You're spot on, Cap.
It's good.
A little younger, I think.
Less tough, but maybe a little bit more
wiggly. Yeah, less tough.
A little bit more quickness, like shiftiness to him.
Probably a little faster, exactly. Jarvis probably has better hands, but Jarvis has like Hall of Fame hands, you know what I mean? So that's kind of hard to meet anyway.
But this is the type of wide receiver that I see the Dolphins going after, you know, Crowder or Pringle, or even Cam Sims, a guy from the Commanders. He's a free agent. These are middling guys. Christian Kirk. Nobody over $8 million. You know,
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
rule
I
out
don't-
Zay Jones. I wouldn't rule out Zay Jones of the Raiders. He's a slot receiver that has some history with Frank Smith. He could come cheap too.
You want a guy
Yeah,
who's
Zay
going to give you
Jones.
what you expected from Albert Wilson last season and didn't get. You know.
Yeah, what do you got? Like, even, and I hate to say this, but even like Sammy Watkins, that might be somebody they bring in as an elder statesman and in this scheme because of his big body and blocking ability, because that's somebody they're going to probably need around here. But Sammy Watkins sucks. I don't want him, but I could see him being on this team. That's just the kind of crap they get around here. But I think they're looking for scheme specific. Like, if you guys look at Rivercraft or Craycraft, whatever the hell his name is, I always call him Rivercraft because I can't not do it. But him,
I'm going all the way on him, Chris. I think he's a dark horse, man. I really think he's got gifted catching ability.
We signed Rivercraft,
Craycraft,
Rivercraft, and then can we also get Brandon Kayak?
Brandon Kayak.
Sorry, I meant Ayuk. My bad.
Well, you would call the other guy Chris Craft, not Rivercraft. Like, because Chris Craft is actually a brand of boat.
Nice.
Chris Craft.
No, I mean, if we are going to go for, how Larry says, I think Larry says what, one tier or, second tier type of guys. I mean, if we're going to be in this first wave, I mean, there's usually 3 waves in free agency. If more or less we're going to get in this second wave of guys that are coming out, I'd be content with a Cordell Patterson. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we do need punt return services as well. I mean,
let me ask you guys. Cordell Patterson, not content. That's somebody they should be targeting because he's perfect.
What about this, Chris? Have you heard anything about?
Goes, remember, we just got that guy from the Canadian Football League, and if you go watch that guy's film, he's a stud.
Who's this?
Punt returner?
We signed him 3 weeks ago. He's from the CFL.
What the hell is this in the chat room?
I don't know. I just seen it too. It's
a quarterback.
Iraq is bombarding me right now.
Well, at least it ain't the Ukraine or Russia, man.
Listen, it's just as bad, bro. I don't know.
That might be friendly fire right there. It's like
negative.
I thought Iraqis were cool, man. What happened?
I don't know.
Praise be to Allah.
I mean, geez, relax, bro.
I thought we beat them into coolness.
I don't know.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys this: have you guys heard anything about a possibility for? And I mean, just because of the skill set for this team, have you guys heard anything about Kareem Hunt? Or
no, I haven't heard nothing. But I would love Kareem Hunt on this football team.
What about Honey Badger?
Okay. Wait a minute, real quick. In fairness, if we bring Kareem Hunt into the building, I don't want to hear one more stinking word about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, thank you.
Problem.
I'm with you.
Not one more word.
I'm with you.
Because watch all these anti-Watsonites. Watch them all start praising Kareem Hunt, not even knowing because they memory hold that stuff. Okay, and half these kids are too young to probably even know about all that happened. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And watch them all praise Kareem Hunt while they're sitting there self-righteously talking about Deshaun Watson. It'll be hilarious.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll hook you up, Miss Fins.
Hey, quick.
Yeah,
Color, you mean that the Dolphins fans has a double standard? I know you're not saying that at this point.
Well, Crypto, I know you are already on that square with the whole Ross thing, so it's already the irony is already there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Well, that guy's got a big day coming up on Friday. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
It's the same when it's the same. Everybody in the same sentence talks about how bad Flores is, but it's like, oh yeah, and you all hate Ross and want him out of the building.
Yeah.
Well, number one, what makes him any better than what makes Flores or any better or worse if you hate that guy too? Could it be that maybe you wouldn't hate Flores if Ross wasn't the type of person to hate? Maybe. But secondly, if Ross, I mean, you hate Ross, well, yeah, he's the one that hired Flores. So what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Valid.
It's amazing these ironies that just get created every time they open their mouths about everything.
What gets me now
So
is
Kareem
the
Hunt is
hero
on the
worship.
radar now, Cutler?
No,
No,
we
I was
just
just
brought him up.
I was just asking. I was just asking.
Oh,
Not on the Dolphins' radar per se, but
No,
he's
I
out
haven't
there.
heard. I haven't heard
okay.
anything. I haven't heard anything about Kareem Hunt being a target or anything like that. Again, that's if Kareem Hunt's gonna want $7 million a year, he ain't coming here. If he's gonna want a couple mil a year, that's not who they're gonna pay. That is
What I'm
not how
saying.
they're
I
doing
wouldn't
it.
mind being the first
He would.
big contract for Dearness Johnson from Cleveland, man. Like, let's give him
That's a
$9
big
million for his first contract. He earned it. Dude
Cleveland
is a
is
hell of
pretty
a
stacked with
cutback
running
runner.
backs.
Hits the cutback harder than anybody going right now. He's ending his rookie contract right now. He's a free agent. He's like, they paid him $900,000 last year.
I
They're
don't know.
probably going to want to
Yeah.
keep him, but he's probably their future. But
I keep saying it. I want that running back out of Iowa State. Brees Hall.
Brees Hall. Yeah,
Brees
he's
Hall.
good.
yeah, and then there's the guy that could easily fall to third or fourth round out of BYU that runs the zone blocking scheme, that runs the zone scheme. You know,
I
So
would
does that
rather-
Arizona State guy,
He'll be there at
Rashad
number
White.
50.
I'd rather take the guy from Florida in the third or fourth round. the
Damon
running back out of
Pierce.
Florida.
Damon Pierce.
That kid
Yeah, he's
runs
good.
with. He is vicious.
yeah,
Guys,
Vicious.
When
that's
he
what we
came
want. We
on,
want vicious runners,
he
man.
kept
That's what we
running.
want.
Yes. He
Look
ain't
at-
got no fear. That's who I
Viciousness
want.
gets through the hole, man. You
Look
know,
at
Yeah,
that
but it's
guy,
not just that.
Rashawn
When
White from Arizona State. He's a Raheem Mostert clone. Out of Arizona State, runs his own scheme. Rashad White.
The ASU
He's
back. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's like
pretty
a.
good.
Yeah. He's like
I
a.
don't- Again,
one
I
cut
don't. I
get
don't
the
see
whole
him.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't
See,
see
that's
them
the thing.
spending big money in free
But
agency
are they
on
going to
running
do
back.
that?
I don't see
No,
them
the
spending
running backs
big
is
money
not.
in free agency anywhere, guys. I expect them to be shrewd with their money. They've already kind of hinted to it.
They're going to
hinted
hold
that-
on to about an extra $35 million.
That's exactly
given
right.
who they
Crypto.
brought in coaching,
That's
like we said
exactly
from the
right,
very
Crypto.
beginning here on the Finn's Tailgate.
gonna-
Like and subscribe, everybody.
Yes,
Like we've
guys.
said from the very beginning, the least amount of assumptions, given what they've shown us, is that we're not going to pour a bunch of money into free agency, that we're going to roll with a lot of what we got and try to coach it up with better coaching.
That's right.
Yep.
And they're
Is
gonna-
that
and they're-
I'm not
That's
saying
the
they're
plan,
not
Cutler.
going to make big splashes in free agency. We're just saying that the least amount of assumptions, given what they've shown us, is not.
Yes, this is.
Is
Didn't
is that
San
terrible, though?
Francisco, was it last year or the year before, where Frisco drafted 2 running backs in like the second or third or second and fourth round?
Yep, 2nd and 6. They
They
second or
did.
third
That's
and
not a
six.
bad
Okay, they're
strategy.
second
That's
and
better
six.
than drafting Saquon in the first, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You got a
Agreed.
better chance
Yeah,
of
they
getting a
would've
true
second and-
star.
Yeah, 2nd and 6th round or 4th round,
And they
That's
both
how the Patriots have been rolling for 20 years.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Question,
they're,
question.
they're
Draft
Stack
two
up on those
guys
second
at
rounds.
every position you need. Instead of getting one in the first round, you get 2 of each in the third and fourth round, and you got a 50-50 shot of one of them actually being first round talent. That's
But
the
if you got
Patriots
good
drafting
coaching-
mechanism right there for the last 20 years. That's
Terrell
how they
Davis
got
was a
Tom
5th round
Brady.
draft pick. Terrell Davis was a 5th round draft pick in the original Shanahan system. Over in
yeah.
look
I
at
mean, the running back
Yes.
they had in the Niners wasn't their top draft pick running all over the
Exactly.
field last year. That's how.
Yep.
Listen, they're not going to go big or go home on the
Where
running
Kittle
back
get
position.
drafted at?
They probably will take a one
It
in
was
the
the 3rd round, right?
They'll probably
I
take-
think he was in the 3rd. I think Kittle was drafted in the 3rd.
depending on who's
When
there
you look at-
in
you
the
look at the great
second,
halfbacks
maybe
in
they
the
would
league.
do that with the 2nd round pick. But again, I expect that 3rd round pick to go to one of these running backs.
Yeah, McDaniel will trust his eye.
At
He'll
101,
fall in love with a guy and
Yep.
get him.
I want the kid from Florida. Give me that kid. I think he'll be perfect.
Damon Pierce
scheme
is
fit.
nasty as hell. Nasty as
Running
hell.
backs are his specialty. So McDaniel will
They've
trust his eye. What do you guys
I've
think
seen
about
what?
McDaniel though overall? I
I've
mean,
seen Mel Kiper's mock, and the other dude that always tags along Mel Kiper, and I've seen NFL's mock, and they all have us. They all have us trading out of the first. They all have us.
Yeah.
I
Did
wish.
Did Bucky switch
if we
over
can
to
get 2
trading out of
extra
them first?
seconds,
I'll
don't-
trade out of the first no matter what.
I'll
Just
trade
for
out
more
of the first
picks.
only
Oh,
if we
by the
can
way,
get an early
Jason
second.
Myers says Chase Edmonds, man, I like him as an affordable option. I do too. The only problem is Arizona's more likely to shovel off Connor as fool's gold than they are to get rid of their future Chase Edmonds. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing there. They're probably going to lock him
listen,
up.
I still think there's a little bit for Connor to offer, especially for the right money.
Well, sure. I'm just saying if they're going to market anybody, that like you're saying, Chris, they're gonna bet on that right there and market Connor and keep Edmonds for the future. I expect them to wrap Edmonds up and put Connor on the block or let him walk. You know what I mean? Like, because you're right, Connor does have a lot to offer still and a lot left in the tank, especially for a team like us. I'm just saying for a team that thinks he's going to be that he's going to produce the way he has for Pittsburgh and Arizona, getting in this part of his career. They're not going to get that. They're going to get that on third down, but that's what we got out of Duke Johnson right now. You know what I mean?
Did y'all get the breaking news? The Steelers just took themselves out of the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes.
Yeah, that came out a little earlier this afternoon. Crypto. They're saying that they have no interest.
They can't afford it anyhow. They can't afford it.
Of course not. They'll be drafting Kenny Pickett. We're literally the only team in the league that could do it, aside from Indianapolis now, because they, But
the only other AFC team that can do it is the Jaguars. They're the only other team, and they're not. Then there's an NFC team that can do it. With what
Indianapolis just getting rid of Wentz, they actually just overtook us as the most salary cap in the league right now.
But they're not going to trade it in division.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to not only trade it in the conference, but in division. Are you kidding me? They'll never.
They'll trade him in the conference before.
No, Wentz they already traded Wentz.
I
to
know.
Washington.
I'm saying trading Deshaun to the Colts. That's the same conference.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, they already said he's going to the NFC. Yeah, they said
it's hard to remember the Indian. It's hard to remember the Indy and Houston are in the same division sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Jose asks, "Do we think Albert Wilson is a scheme fit?" I do, and I think they'll keep Albert Wilson.
I like Albert Wilson.
I mean, he's all right.
If he doesn't cost anything to keep us, he is a playmaker every once in a while, just like Kansas City used him.
Yep. And you know what? They drafted Sermon in the third round, Jason, and they drafted Mitchell in the sixth.
That's why I wouldn't be destroyed. To Chris's earlier point, I wouldn't be destroyed if we kick the tires on Sammy Watkins because he can catch the ball.
Well, not just that.
He has these moments where he has these moments where it's like, oh yeah, it's Sammy Watkins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could see the Dolphins maybe picking someone in the fourth. We got 2 fourth rounders.
And Watkins is getting really old, too.
Especially if we trade back out of the first round and pick up some extra draft capital, no doubt in my mind we're probably going to walk out of there with 2 running backs in the draft. So,
I'll tell you a running back they're going to get in free agency that's going to be cheap.
Who?
I'll tell you a running back they're going to get that's going to be cheap. It's going to be Jeff Wilson of the 49ers. He's going to come cheap. They'll get him for nothing.
I don't mind that so much. He concerns me as a flash in the pan, though, JP.
Yeah, I don't know either. But then again, it's scheme.
But they were stacked with running backs, so it's not like maybe he just didn't get the chance to shine. I don't know.
The scheme that they're going to want to run.
He kind of fell off there for a minute.
I mean, I'm not thinking they're bringing him in to be the guide. I mean, don't get me wrong; they're not bringing him in.
No.
They're not. They're not going to have a guy on this offense.
No, this is all competition in our running back room this year. Absolutely,
it's 5 running backs, 4 of them every Sunday. 4 of them every Sunday. New 4 running backs, rotation, running them in.
By the way, I wanted to point something out, Chris, while we're on the subject of running backs before you switch. Just let me know. I didn't want to interrupt you. Just let me know before you switch subjects.
All right. A Wicked, were you about to say something, buddy?
No. Let Kohler finish because Son of Wicked had a comment for you, Chris.
All right, cool.
But let Kohler
hold on.
finish.
I gotta find the page again because of the earlier freeze up.
I'll tell you what. I'll take this time, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button if you guys are watching on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, come back and watch all the great programming we have here. Tonk TMI Tuesday, live at 9 on Tuesdays with color commentary on there with him. Right after that, you guys can catch Open Mic with Mike on the mic. And then you guys can also catch Drop the Mic with Mike on the mic on Saturdays at 10 with Brandon the Bookie. And then on Thursdays, tomorrow night, we got late night color commentary. You guys can always catch the Finn's Tailgate, weekends, Wednesday, all the time, Monday, anytime. Help support the show. Cash App, the Finn's Tailgate, blah, 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 Venmo. And guys, make sure you're going and getting some of the gear from Fanatics in the comment or in the description. We also have, TFTG gear. Everybody, go get some of the gear in the description below. Make sure you guys are checking it out. Color, what were you gonna say, bud?
So, we talk about Myles Gaskin, and kind of everybody seems to be off of him lately, and I understand why, but at the same time, I think that a lot of what we saw with those 3 performances by Duke Johnson, we can give some credit to the offensive line for improving, but at the same time, that Duke is just still that gifted a runner, and I don't think Gaskin is like totally shafted out and has certain skill set that can be utilized, by McDaniel. And I want to point out that, he's still, this is, when he's utilized properly, this is the type of game that he can have. And sure, it's only 1 game this season, but it's really the only time throughout the season that he was actually utilized the way that I think Flores brought him in and intended him to be used for, which is a way that McDaniel would probably agree with, because like I said, he's building the team out of his own suggestion, that very much similar to what Flores wanted to do: run the ball, play good defense, run out the clock, so but I just want to point out this one game where Gaskin he was lackluster in rushing, but he had 5 rushes for 25 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. 10 targets for 10 receptions, 10 for 10, 74 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns with a catch percentage of 100. And
I don't think Gaskin's
real quick, we only scored 17 points that game. So he's responsible for all of our offensive production that game. And you guys might be surprised to find out that game was against none other than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The best run defense in the league.
Go ahead, Wicked.
So when utilized properly, that's the type of game we should expect out of Myles Gaskin and the type of performance.
Go ahead, Wicked.
Kohler, it's something that I've been thinking about a lot since we hired McDaniels. I told you guys before that the school that I coached at, we ran the zone scheme. Mm-hmm. And both of our running backs that both went for over 1,000 yards were built very similar to Gaskin. So it's, I've been playing it back in my head, like, do we have to move off of Gaskin? Because he actually probably would do really well with that, schematically.
Right. And so in that case, Wicked, it just depends on the price.
That's it.
And bringing in other guys with his same body type and skill set, maybe even drafting a guy. This is why I keep preaching on the guy out from BYU, because he runs out of that scheme. And if you look at his highlights, he seems to do a pretty good job of it. So, what I originally always thought about Gaskin, I've said it before, maybe some people remember me saying it, in the past, but Gaskin was really, truly brought in to be our James White in that style of offense.
Right.
The check down, don't do too much. I think that maybe our quarterback probably took the don't do too much a little too far. You know what I mean? And that could be, in other words, that could be both lack of communication on Flores's part as a coach. So some of his responsibility, sure, but also some of the responsibility in the way it was received by Tua himself. So because, in that type of scheme, you don't want to necessarily take deep shots all day and blah, 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 yaggity smackity.
No,
but none of us can argue that when it was there, Tom Brady didn't take the shot, you know what I mean? And wasn't looking to take the shot. You know what I mean? So, that I'll leave it at that. I just thought of him as James White this whole time. He's got the same body type,
Going back to the Colts real quick, I think the Colts are going to target Mitchell Trubisky. I think that's who they're targeting.
That's a great possibility because he's not too far down the road. He wouldn't have to do much to move.
It's not just that.
He could keep his home in Chicago area.
Totally their style right there, dude.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, that too. Yeah,
style right there.
And Frank Reich can certainly, if anybody could do something with Trubisky, it'd be Frank Reich.
I saw something earlier with them possibly targeting Garoppolo.
Yeah, I could see that, but for the money, you could get Trubisky, and they're notoriously cheap. So
okay.
that
I think
they
people might
always-
be starting to use Garoppolo as a device, basically.
That's right.
like
Garoppolo
That's
is
true,
the
too.
device. That's it. They're the hey, if Garoppolo's on this team, they could be just like San Fran.
Yeah.
You know, it's
now
like,
all
you
of
know,
a sudden,
plug and play.
Trubisky doesn't look so bad to the people that don't like Garoppolo. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They're like, yeah, but Garoppolo's just a guy, you know. And Trubisky,
Garoppolo already had his chance and failed a couple times. So why are we going to go with him when we could go to this guy like Trubisky?
yeah, but Garoppolo knows
you know.
what the playoffs looks like. He knows how to win there. He beat Aaron Rodgers. He didn't beat nobody. But either way,
But
I
when
could
you
see
got a
them
guy
winning.
like Trubisky, who a lot of people in the North probably still believe in, you know.
Yeah, I could see Trubisky ending up on that team, and him and making like a fair deal too. Like they give him like 2 years, you know, 30 million guaranteed, pay him 15 million a year, and that's a sweet deal for him.
Yeah,
and it's a
maybe
proven
T.Y.
type of
can knock
situation.
off the rust for a minute and give him one more solid year, you know.
So you guys think Trubisky's ready for a second shot, huh?
I think
Think he is. I don't believe in Trubisky, but I think enough people do.
Is it his second, or are we talking about like his third or fourth shot?
I would
As a
I would
starter-
call it a
as a
legitimate
starter,
second.
as a
I would
second.
say
As a
it's
starter and
legitimate
being a
second.
guy, yeah, it would be his second shot.
Okay.
I think he was drafted far too high, and it was expected way too much, and I think it was underworked in Chicago. And
Yeah, and he does strike me as the type that could like grow, that could be like, oh, I was thinking all in the wrong perspective the first time around. You know what I mean? He
He's
seems
certainly
like
a
that type.
talented quarterback. He's certainly a talented quarterback.
Big arm,
Big
good running
arm.
ability.
There's no
Good
doubt that
running
he has
ability.
the talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, what was it? I think it was Sean McVay and Matt Nagy. I think when Matt Nagy had Trubisky, I think they made the playoffs, right? Those were the only two rookie quarterbacks that got production out of rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It was the defense why they went though, but
And
everybody
of course,
knows that.
the paradigm is completely shifted, because if we're saying a guy like Tua can grow, and hey, why not? And let's see what he can do on the third year around. Suddenly, Trubisky doesn't seem like such a risk to say, hey, how would he do his second go around? What did he learn for himself the first time around? You know what I mean?
Kohler, I think part of the problem is, and I agree with what you're saying, because I think a lot of times we as fans, or even the coaching and the media, we become, we get our eyes. It's like we're looking at movie stars. We look at their college tape and everything. We try and project them into, these superstars in the NFL. And that's all, it's all well and good. But the reality is these young men have to go to the right system with the right coaches. They have to be nurtured the right way, because there is a big difference between the college game and the NFL game.
And that doesn't mean that a given quarterback couldn't eventually pick up those other skill sets. It's just that to make them successful right out of the box, you're going to have them do what they are used to doing and being successful at. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
not to mention that think about this too. I mean, I always harp on this a lot. These are people that are entering true adulthood, and it's like,
your
I
bodies
think that,
aren't even fully mature yet. He's 27.
yeah, and I think that perspectives can be totally different. This is what they mean by change of scenery or whatever. You know what I mean? So we look at a guy like Trubisky, we say, well, obviously the athletic skill set is there. Then we look at a guy like Frank Reich, who was part of a group that won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. So obviously he knows how to design schemes to fit the skill set of his quarterback, and he's not going to ask his quarterback to do things he knows he can't do. You're not going to get that out of Chicago. Let's face it. You know what I mean? The last time they had a quarterback like that, or were quarterback centric like that, was Jim McMahon. And they still beat everybody up on defense and didn't ask him to do too much. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Speaking of quarterback, what are we going to do about What are we going to do about the Dolphins' backup situation? Me and Cap were talking about that earlier, and the problem you have is that whoever you bring in is going to threaten to his job.
It's going to be Hoyer.
Nick Mullins.
It's going to be a Hoyer like football player. Honestly, we're looking for a guy that's over the hill,
that's willing to actually
already
be
said
told,
it.
I don't care if
said
you're
it.
better than him, go ahead and submit to him.
It's
You
a
know what
guy
I mean?
that's meant to prop Tua up and help him prepare
How
for
exciting
Sundays.
a prospect! How exciting a prospect!
Yep.
I mean, can
That's-
you sell?
it's
Can you
not-
sell season tickets on it?
Yeah, I can actually. I'm pretty good at it. Dolphins,
I
give me
just don't.
tickets.
I don't know how that's doing a service to us, man, by settling for a quarterback that can't
that's-
compete with
For
another one that's.
them, it's not
But
about
we-
competition.
guys,
it's
we
about
didn't have
them
that
getting
when
Tua
Marino
ready
was the
for the job.
quarterback. A lot of times we didn't have a backup that was worth a damn. You know.
Yeah, but we also, when we had the backups that we did have, as far as with the like past coaches, we always had that backup quarterback in our pocket in the draft, and we stopped doing that. Now we're forced with the hand that we have to get slim pickings, and even if we do get slim pickings, we can't have them outproduce the guy we have now. I don't
given the
understand that.
theme, Cap, given the theme of bringing alumni back home, it might be Chad Henne.
No way! Don't bring Chad Henne in here.
Wow.
Champion Chad Henne.
Man, I'm so tired of a mediocre
No, Chad
quarterback
Henne.
around here.
Yeah, Super
We've
Bowl
had
champion.
mediocre quarterback after mediocre quarterback after mediocre quarterback, from Jay Fiedler all the way to today, man. And I see no end in sight.
I know. And you know what's funny? If you go back and watch some of Jay Fiedler's games, all of a sudden he doesn't look so nail bitey as he used to look. You know, like I'm like back then, I was on the edge of my seat every single Sunday. I go back and watch it now. I'm like, I'd be comfortable with this.
So you
In
guys are
today's
telling
league,
me,
you know what I mean? Like this
So-
dude's
so you're
balling
telling
out,
me-
you know?
Color, you're telling me that the days of the bell cow are dead, and those are the days that we made the playoffs with Ricky, Ronnie, and Lamar. And those 3 times that we had a bell cow, regardless of what you guys think, those guys were bell cows throughout the time they played for us. And we made the playoffs all 3 times. Is that not a
Yeah, no,
coincidence?
I think a bell cow is still important, but I don't necessarily think a bell cow playmaker these days has to be a running back. There has to be that guy that's joysticking everybody. Absolutely. No matter what position he's playing. In San Francisco's case, they found it through Deebo Samuel, but since they had built their scheme around running, they had to compel Deebo to be a running back.
I don't know, Goller. I would say this. I don't think they compelled him. I think Deebo and McDaniel were looking at more ways to put the ball in his
Oh, that's
hand.
possible. Oh, sure. There's definitely a lot of that involved. Sure.
like-
All I meant was he's the joysticking type of player, and he just
absolutely
happened to
is.
be a wide receiver. So let's use him however we can, you know, and
Yeah.
however he's willing to play, you know.
Yeah. And when I say Lamar, I mean Lamar Smith, not Lamar Miller. Sorry. I
Right,
forgot
right,
about Lamar.
right.
I know. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
But as far as a bell cow, yeah, you're going to find that easier with a running back because a lot of times you get a guy like
Because of
Saquon.
body shape.
If he would have been treated right out of the draft, he could have really been that guy for 4 or 5 years where it's like, oh, man, yeah, they got a star quarterback. Yeah, they got all the pieces. But dang, we're just going to get beat up by this running back all night. You know what I mean?
This is why I think this draft is critical in who we pick up as a running back, because there's a lot of backs that are coming into this draft class that don't have high mileage on their legs or their bodies, and I'm telling you, this is
And in
one of the
today's NFL,
deepest-
they don't have to be the first round. I'm having a hard time remembering a running back from the first round that was a guy like that for his entire career.
Henry
Derrick
was
Henry.
the last one.
Okay, but
Henry was
there
the last
again,
one.
look at him,
But
Zeke.
even Henry,
Zeke. Yeah, but Zeke's already fallen off. Kahari,
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't take Zeke right now,
no, not with the leg injuries.
and not with the legs of Pollard, who even if he isn't as good as Zeke per se, he's good enough to suffice with what they're trying to do with Dak Prescott. I would expect
more
Zeke would be
dynamic.
on the trading block before Pollard out of Dallas.
I like
If Jerry
25.
Jones
They
is
move
smart.
off of Zeke right now. If you gave him a decent price, I think they would let Zeke go.
Yeah, we all forget that Jerry's the one that traded Herschel Walker in his prime. And then went on to secure a couple Super Bowls. for his effort.
What about Emmitt Smith?
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. There's no Emmitt Smith if he doesn't make that Herschel Walker trade.
Right. But no, I'm talking about what about Emmitt Smith later in his career?
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, we know that you only get – so the window for an NFL player is short.
And it's exponentially shorter for a running back.
For a running back, it's the shortest.
Right. This was the argument people were making to the Giants when they drafted Saquon.
Yeah.
So that when people ask me, what about Saquon? I'm like, look, I don't want to compound the same mistake they've already made. And if he's willing to take $3 million,
he's got to take a pay cut
with some incentives, you know what I mean? Some benchmarks, you know what I mean, to make. Fine. But
you got to give a production contract there.
The problem is there's enough teams out there, you know, that don't think on those terms that are going to keep driving up Saquon's value right now. So we have to say no.
I'm just saying,
honestly,
man.
I love the I was on a show the other night, I think with Batman, and I would not be mad in the least bit if we picked up Breece Hall in the first round.
Ooh.
Because it gives us a 5th-year option on him. And you got 5 years on a rookie contract there on a guy that has no injury history, who has the home run potential, who plays in the zone scheme.
I'm not sure. I don't recall if Saquon had any injury history when he was drafted.
No, Saquon dominated everything and everybody.
Well, I mean, look, let's just put it like this. No, well, Wicked has a point, though. At the end of the day, we don't know if Hall's going to fall that far off, because I guarantee you, if he doesn't fall that far to us, Buffalo will snatch his ass in a heartbeat.
And if that's the case, that's a different strategy. That's saying, look, we don't care that it's the first. We've decided we want this guy and we're going to get him. Like Crypto always says, if he's on your paper and he's their next guy that you want and you don't want nobody else, you make the move to go however high, even if it's the first damn pick of the draft, you make the move. And
because the writing's right there.
So, you know, Cap, you just actually made a great point, because that's actually the point. That was the argument that the Giants were coming back with. That, hey, we've decided we want this guy. Now, in their case, it was clear to everybody else in the league and in the world that their need was more at quarterback. And given the quarterbacks that were available for them to pick, it still wasn't wise to go Saquon. But all things together, you got a good quarterback and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you want Saquon, you go and you move up and get him.
I mean, for them, it was a different bit of a situation because they are trying to build from the ground up. I get that. They need to set a foundation.
But again, they're following. So they're just like us. They're not convinced yet that that's the actual path.
Yeah, but I just don't understand that.
Even though there's 4 teams in the league that have demonstrated that's the right path, and they're consistently in the playoffs.
Yeah, but if Buffalo does it, they do it because they're one piece away.
Exactly.
Yeah, Buffalo is legitimately Buffalo. If they got themselves a legitimate running back, oof.
Yeah. So I've got an article here, guys, that I'm going to read. It's from the Sun Sentinel. Just came out. Title of the article, it's David Fornes that does it. It's could the unique approach of Mike McDaniel and his coaching staff help the Dolphins land free agents? Kind of the topic of conversation, if I do say so. So I'm going to go ahead and read it here real quick, guys. If there was a common theme to be grasped by the NFL draft prospect takeaways from the meetings with the Miami Dolphins at the scouting combine last week, it is how much they enjoyed simply speaking with new head coach Mike McDaniel and his coaching staff. If a prospect Miami is linked to was asked to list teams that he had met with, the Dolphins were among the first they mentioned. So that's a good thing to hear, that when prospects were asked what teams they were talking to, one of the first teams that came out of their mouth was the Dolphins, meaning that it's in the forefront of their mind. If asked how the conversation with the Dolphins went, several players lit up, making it apparent they would love to be drafted by Miami. Hopefully they like me, said Texas A&M running back Isaiah Spiller during his combine media interview. It seems to be the point of emphasis for Mike McDaniel. He already doesn't have a typical look of an NFL head coach. He also brings a unique and amicable approach to communicating with his players. In an era where the notion of empowering athletes is reached a new peak, Mike McDaniel appears to be taking the lead in this regard in his first offseason as head coach. Interestingly, he has used the same empower word multiple times in interviews when speaking of quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. The only problem with making such an impression on draft prospects is that the Dolphins are at the mercy of the other 31 teams picking to determine which one of these guys actually ends up being landed by the Dolphins. Hold on, let's see. A lot of it could go down to somewhat of a wasted effort on players that several years have been having their own option of where to play. Yeah, right. That was a stupid sentence right there. But what if this approach exhibited during the combine last week is just a preview of how Mike McDaniel and his staff will land free agents sitting down next week? This is where the meat and the potatoes of the article is starting. Whereabouts the combine interviews are more so of the prospects to make an impression on teams. In free agent realm, the impression the Dolphins make on a player can pay immediate dividends. The Miami Dolphins will navigate the free agent market to fill needs along the offensive line at receiver, inside linebacker, running back, or find depth at other positions before determining where the holes remain for late April's draft. As they key in on their prime targets at various positions will be Mike McDaniel's approach, which could be considered player-friendly and one that a new generation of players prefer may work to his benefit. I enjoy seeing people face to face, Mike McDaniel said from the combine. It's a part of the process. I enjoy and I know General Manager Chris Greers, who he was referring to, also enjoys it. The new way of the Dolphins is not to say it'll surely be determined factor in free agency decisions. Players need to get as much money as they can while the opportunity is theirs. They need to be scheme fits, fill a need for a team, and go to a city they'll enjoy living. At least the latter should work for Miami's benefit, but playing for coaches that are enjoyable to work with has to fit in the equation somewhere. Where the draft, so that's kind of that part of it right there. It gets to some draft talk and stuff like that. But real quick, get it before I move on to this article. I hope that there's some deference to this, that Mike McDaniel can make an impression, because really that's what you need in the most out of your coach at this time of the year is the salesman. And I think Mike McDaniel, from my perspective, is a pretty damn good salesman.
Yeah. That worries me a little. I mean, not worries me. That's the wrong word. But, I mean, he's obviously a brilliant guy, smart guy, well thought out guy. But, you know, that kind of reminds me of Cam Cameron, so to speak. I fear that this guy, if he doesn't win right away, I might be on the only one there, but if he doesn't win right away, if he's not successful,
right away, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, the goodwill that a lot of people have for him is going to go away really quick.
The problem with that is Sperano's already dead, so we can't just get him to go to reverse our season next year.
Wow, geez. Color chime in that Serrano.
I get Cam Cameron vibes with McDaniel. I hope I'm wrong, but
wow, Vaughn.
No, you're not the only one. You are not the only one.
I can't even believe you're gonna do.
It's all the
no.
I'm
there with him
there now.
It's all the slick irony, the slick sarcasm, and all his little quotes and stuff like that. I mean, I get it. You know, he's a smart guy, but a smart guy is gonna have to win on that field. He's gonna have to show players that his strategy, his game planning, and all that kind of scheming is gonna make them better and earn them numbers, earn them money. They're gonna have to buy in, and that comes with winning.
I see you chomping at the bit, my brother.
Yeah, you can only talk so much 90s music until you start to win games. You know what I mean?
Crypto. How does Stephen Ross feel about all this?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Crypto.
Hang on one moment. Give me a minute.
Okay. So I gotta give some hopeful pushback, guys, because to me, the Dolphins got the money and they got Miami. So already it's a nice place players want to play, and the Dolphins are willing to give you kind of what you want in some retrospect. Chris Greer, great negotiator. I think he does a great job of giving someone the money they want to come here without them knowing it, that the second year puts him in a year-to-year contract and we could say goodbye to you with no dead money. So he's done pretty good at that. He's been really good at doing whatever he does, it works. But I gotta think it amounts for something. And I kind of said this a little bit ago, that this offense is kind of sells itself to playmakers in a way, because you know that the way this offense works, if you're a running back or you're a wide receiver or you're a tight end, you're going to get plenty of snaps and opportunities to get your hands on the football, which is it's a multitude of a team. There's not going to be a feature wide receiver, because even Deebo Samuel, in the game they played last, he got 12 touches, but only 4 of them were passes. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it works. Some of them were runs and some of them were little pitches. You know what I'm saying? Behind the line, so or out or behind the back pitches. So you can be used in a bunch of different ways for players to hit their bonuses. Maybe that might be something Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel can facilitate and get these guys to buy in, especially for a player that's maybe below tier 1, but should be or could be in tier 1. I can't stop thinking about this name, because to me it would be a perfect fit for us to get not only a good deal, but it would be an offense I could see them getting a lot of touches in and having good success. And that's Juju Smith-Schuster. And I know there's feelings about Juju Smith-Schuster as far as, he can't be a number 1 wide receiver, or, his TikTok and him being immature. I think Mike McDaniel could handle that, allowing this guy to be the guy that he wants to be with his social media stuff, but also facilitating the ball to him in a myriad of ways, and that would not take away snaps from everyone else. So I think that might be something they're in. If they go sign someone big money in the wide receiver realm, I would have rather be Juju Smith-Schuster for the money I think they'll give him, versus to go in and paying someone big bucks. Like if they were to say, I don't know, and I know this person isn't available, but like the Devontae Adams or something. Obviously, he's not available, but you know what I mean. Rather than making a blockbuster deal for a top-notch wide receiver, I would rather. I mean, I guess Juju Smith-Schuster would still be a blockbuster deal, because he's probably going to want a 4-year contract, but I think we can get him at a better deal than anywhere else. What do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with Juju doing the TikTok. If that's the worst thing you can say about him is he spends his free time making goofy TikTok videos, who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm literally making a YouTube channel. I got no room to say nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think he can be a high functional number 2 receiver, if not a fringe number 1. I mean, his first couple of years in Pittsburgh, he was the number 1 receiver. I mean,
I agree.
When he was facing the number 2 corners, he ate. When he was facing the number 1 corner, and you knew they were trying to force the ball to him, it was difficult.
And he put Vontaze Burfict on his ass, man. Decleated Vontaze Burfict. I mean, he can block.
I remember that, yeah.
Reason enough right there. We know he's got the heart. We know he can play football. And I would imagine right now his price is probably the lowest it'll ever be. So you go get him and pair him up with Waddle, and go get a guy like Crowder, who's a elder statesman, and re-sign Hollins, and all of a sudden, with Lynn Bowden and probably Albert Wilson on that is a stout out possession yak yard type of guys that this offense is predicated on building around. That's what it is. Those are the guys we need. Those type of guys.
And the only people that have a problem with Juju here, because I live in the Pittsburgh area, the only people that have a problem with it are Mark Madden, who is a miserable, codger-old fart that's stuck in the 1990s, who hates everybody, and the Yinzers that, they think football players should be blue-collar and spend their free time getting drunk in bars and beating people up outside. They're codgers. They're, as Color would say, they're honks. It doesn't bother me. If the worst thing you do is a guy goes and does videos and has a good time. He's harming nobody. He's a good player. He's a nice kid too. He really is. He's like you said, he's a yak machine. Ben Roethlisberger trusted him. If Ben Roethlisberger trusted him, then he's fine. And like you said, that receiving core, I like Mac Hollins a lot. I think give him an elevated role in the offense. I mean, he could be a good number 3, number 4. It's Devontae Parker ain't
Juju
going
will be
nowhere,
fine.
Crypto.
But
yes, he is. He's out the door.
I hope so, buddy. I hope so, but I don't think he's going anywhere. And if
he
they're going to
don't,
sign,
team's in trouble.
team's in deep trouble. I know, because then it sets a bad precedent that losing is okay.
Yep, mediocrity reigns supreme. If that's what they want,
I would love if they're going to sign money to somebody big, go get him, re-sign the guys that are already in the wide receiver team, and rock and roll.
By the way, I have updated footage of Crypto on his square. His
Oh, you
Devontae
do?
Square.
Updated footage? Hold on, I'm going to get closer. I'm going to turn my
updated.
cam off.
Crypto, that happened at the post office.
That's another image at the post office.
Damn, at the post office.
You said priority.
Is that
mail.
Newman? Is that Newman in the photo from the post office?
Hold on.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
Jerry.
Hello,
They be getting
Crypto.
it in.
When you walk in, does he go, "Hello, Crypto"?
Right?
Let me get you up there. I put the wrong one on there. Go ahead, Color. You got it?
Oh yeah. So
Hello.
yeah, I think though.
Hello, Crypto.
I think the guy with the red pants is actually Mike McDaniel, and those are 49ers pants.
Oh, this is before the signing.
Right.
Before
Look like he's doing a head spin.
It does. Looks like he's getting ready to do some breakdancing.
Hey, we need to sign that guy on the O line, whoever that is.
I know, right?
hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Makes you
I'm
wonder why right? Like why teams don't recruit a lot more like sumos, you know what I mean? Like
I'm not. Listen, you know why?
they're
'Cause
agile
Japan
people,
only
man. Like you can't
These
just
are
throw
baby
somebody like that
symbols.
if you don't have agility.
Get Okozuna at center, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Yep,
What was the
Yokozuna.
guy's name?
Make it happen.
Nagata? I don't know.
Redefine people mover, right?
Haloti Nada, is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, who was the guy on the replacements?
Oh,
The sumo guy, Kohler. That's what you need to get. With the guy.
so but yeah, guys, if they don't go for a blockbuster Juju Smith-Schuster, then it's fill it in with.
He's only going to cost you $9 million there, Chris.
Bro, that's perfect. $9 million for Juju Smith-Schuster. Sign me
Yes.
up. That is perfect amount of money for him. I was
Better
thinking
yet-
more like 11. I was thinking
Better
more like
yet,
11.
Yeah,
There's
Ms.
been an
Gibbs
update.
has a great
Steve,
point. That
there's
could
been
in
an
fact be
update.
Robert Hunt footage of Robert Hunt practicing for the next touchdown.
What, Crypto?
Juju could be on the way. We get an update. You know, he's probably going to be meeting with me on my yacht pretty soon. So
man.
stay tuned.
Amazing, dude. I'm gonna.
So do they dock the yacht during the tampering period, during the legal tampering period? Do they bring it into port?
No, we had to go into international waters so we can
But
kind
not
of
during the legal tampering
confiscated.
period. I mean
Sail
during
over
the
to
legal
Bimini.
tampering period.
You
Do
got
they all come
confiscated.
into port, to visit
we
their
might have to
wives
go
and
into
shit?
international waters. 100 miles offshore.
Make it happen. I don't care what
It's
you
only
guys
gonna
That
be
Ross's
say.
boat
Just
sank.
make it happen.
Hey,
There's actually a
Chris.
name that Aquavision threw out there in chat earlier that I really like too. It's who might be somewhat inexpensive. That's DJ Chark of Jacksonville, who's a free agent. He could come, I
Oh,
think.
Larry loves DJ Shark.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Receiver.
love the guy, but
But he did have some injury problems early,
is he
later
ever?
on.
He's
but
like he
he's
reminds
not
me
injury
of
prone,
Preston.
but
Is he ever going to start catching the ball again or getting targeted?
yeah, that's the thing. That's because of Westbrook on it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Wicked?
Chris, I got to bring in the son really quick.
Yeah, son of Wicked. You said he had something he wanted
Son
to
of
say.
Wicked's
Go
gonna
ahead.
jump in here.
Hey,
All right.
hey, little
look at
Wicked.
that.
Son of
One and only
Wicked.
Hey, little Wicked.
What's up, buddy?
2 weeks ago, I was talking about the linebacker spot, and I was like, "Oh, we should get Bobby Wagner," and you're like, "Oh, he's not a free agent," and then released today. So,
Yeah,
There you go.
I
There you go.
listen. Now that he's
There you
open
go.
market, Bobby Wagner.
spoken
Now I
into
would love.
existence. Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
I appreciate that because this would be definitely the guy I think they should bring in here. Why not? I mean, you could probably pick
Think
him up.
we can
He's
get
a
him for
vet.
$9
You could
million?
bring him in. You could even draft a rookie linebacker and have him sit behind him, learn, share the snaps, learn, and it'd be perfect.
I mean, give him every cent that Roberts was getting
Oh, yeah.
and a little bit more,
Yeah.
So I think he's worth every bit of that, especially because just that guy, you know how he is as far as a locker room guy, hype guy. He got the whole team.
yeah.
That's definitely the dude I would definitely bring in. No, I mean, yeah, he definitely brought it into existence. Hopefully this guy hopefully they can come to terms because I don't understand why he
I
wouldn't
hope
be
so.
on the team.
It would
Well,
help
no,
the team
I mean,
out, like, it would help that
you
team.
guys saw that the Patriots cut Kyle Van Noy too, and
Yes.
and that's another thing. Big O's talking about Bobby Wagner's washed up. I guarantee you, he goes to the Patriots, he will not be washed up whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Big
No,
old man.
he's
he's not he's
Don't
not
say
wrong.
that. I don't want Wagner in New England.
He's not
Right.
he's not the Bobby Wagner of old, but I still think there's good football to play in him, and that's not what
Doesn't
you
that
want to
kind of
do.
go against what Bill
get-
Belichick does, though?
You get him, you get a linebacker in the
Look
fifth,
at
and then there
Wagner's
you go.
numbers.
Get him for 2 years.
He's only had 2 down years his entire career.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
He plays almost every single game. He's missed 2 or 3 games his entire career?
Yeah, pretty much. That was it.
What? Come on. I'm
he's
sorry.
He has been
literally can
injured,
take
but
him,
he's kind of
plug him
like
into that defense, and we're good.
he's kind of like the same type of injured that like Rob Gronkowski is. They're all taped up and JJ Watt. These guys are injured, yet their presence is felt when they're on the field. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have some idea of what you're buying here.
Yeah, they're the types that are like, who ain't injured?
Yeah, they're
Work.
like, yeah, exactly, dude. They
It's
look like
oh,
they're
okay,
half
get the
cyborgs
trainer,
walking
go
out of
grab
there.
me some KT tape.
They're literally like cyborgs walking out on the field every friggin' year.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Marino was just about on a hoverboard dropping back to pass by the end of his career, man. It was like,
Hold on.
just get me the
He
ball and a
was really
couple wide
taped up.
receivers in the secondary. I'll be fine. And a hoverboard.
Rollerblades.
I ever tell you about the Dan Marino story I have?
No, I can't remember if you did.
So I'm in college, right? And I'm out here in LA, and where I live, just north of Los Angeles, there's tons of television and movies that are being made all the time out where I live. And so I'm at college, and it's about lunchtime, and there's this hot girl in this class, and I'm doing all the moves I can after class, talking to her. And this girl comes up with the clipboard, and she looks at us and goes, "Would any of you like to make $100 and get a free meal?" And I'm a college student, and I'm like,
Hell yeah, free food and $100.
Yeah,
Free
no,
food,
at
and you're gonna
100.
pay me?
And
I'm like,
$100.
hell
Hook
yeah.
casinoed up, dog.
Sign me up.
So
Sign me up.
Better than
I'm
ramen
college. I'm
noodles,
ready
too,
for that
you know?
now.
I follow this lady, right? She tells me where to go, and it's not too. It's like 3-4
she
miles
take your
in
kidney?
the foothills here. So I go out there, this huge movie set, and it's basically Wipeout, the show Wipeout.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you've seen it on TV. So, but it was the original version, which was more like the Japanese version. So basically, you got jacked up big time. and they needed test dummies because it was the week before they actually shot with contestants. So they were working on their camera angles to make sure they had all their camera angles right. And I'm out there and I was like, what the hell? It's $100. It's a nice day. Let me just do it. So I'm out there. I'm doing all their obstacle courses and everything. And they've got these like gladiators, right? Sitting there in do you remember American Gladiator? They had
I love American Gladiators. I remember. Love that show. Let my
so
kids and I
there's
watch it sometimes.
Bump it up,
When I
bump
see this big dude-
bump
Yeah.
it up,
Exactly.
yeah, American
I'll shoot you with a tennis ball.
So I'm out there and it's getting late and I was like, damn it, dude, I gotta call my mom. Let her know, think she, so she doesn't freak out and think that I'm dead somewhere.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
like,
probably.
dude, I'm like trying to get cell service, I can't. And this guy looks at me, the gladiator, he looks at me and he goes, do you need to make a call? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, just come over to my car. He's got this beautiful 500 Mercedes, right? And I was like, I don't want to get in your car. I'm all muddy. And he goes, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. So he calls the number. I call mom, puts me on speakerphone in the car. I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. I'm doing this. Don't worry about it. I'll be home in an hour or two. So this guy and I start talking. He was the middle linebacker for the Rams. And I'm kicking my ass because I can't remember the guy's name.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, no way. You really play for the Rams? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I'm just doing this as a side gig because I want to get into movies when I'm done.
Word.
And being a Dolphin fan, I got to ask the question. Right? Because this is when Marino was playing. And I go, let me ask you a question. What's it like going up against Dan Marino?
Nice.
And his face went from happy to he literally, everything just dropped. And he goes, don't say that name. I go, well, come on. I go, I'm a Dolphin fan. How tough? And he goes, let me tell you what. And he goes, I've had 5 chances in my career to hit Dan Marino. And in less than a half a second, I'm thinking I have a sack. And this man gets the ball off and he burns me for a touchdown.
Nice.
And I'm like, really? And he looks at me and he goes, I'm telling you, of all the quarterbacks I've ever faced in the NFL, he says, hands down, Dan Marino, he goes, has the fastest release. And he goes, and if you're in the line and he throws the ball and it goes by you, he says, have you ever shot a gun? He says, that's what it sounds like as the ball goes by you.
Yeah, it's like
And
whizzing by you.
holy cow.
That's why he didn't get intercepted unless it was like a tipped ball or it like bounced off somebody and then it came down.
My God.
Never ever did anyone step in front of one of those routes or reach out and grab one of them footballs. Never.
Could you imagine putting
You had to
your dome in
body
front of
all
that?
those footballs. Not a lot of even the receivers outside of Juice, man. And sometimes he would drop it in the bucket over it. But if he was throwing at you, you had to body that bitch or else it was going to hurt. It hurt.
Oh, yeah.
You know it did. Everybody's all bruised up.
You got a Wilson tattoo.
Yeah.
So at that time, there was Joe Kelly, Shane Conlon, Roman Pfeiffer, Todd Light, Daryl Henley was their linebacking crew at that time. Los Angeles
Daryl
Rams,
sounds
1995 or 94. I checked.
It would have been.
Well, 94 was the last season they were in LA. Unless you're talking about recently, like really recently. If it was Dan Marino era and they were in LA, the last season was 94.
Wipeout was like 15 years ago.
No, it was before Wipeout. So the current Wipeout show is a remake of a show that they did.
I mean, it's possible he was a St. Louis Ram just in Los Angeles at the time.
That's possible.
What year are you talking? 2004?
No, actually earlier, Kohler. It would have been 90. It'd have been 89 or 90.
Oh, that early. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kohler, I'm an old guy.
Well, I went to 94. I figured that was early enough, but dang.
No. Hell, I'm older than that. I mean, I know I look good, but come on.
Hey, where you at? Corona, Riverside?
Just north of LA in Santa Clarita.
So we got Kevin Green. Was it Kevin Green?
It wasn't Kevin Green.
He's
I
the
would
type
remember
that did like stuff with Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Kevin Green.
Yeah, but
Larry
he
Kelm,
was
Frank
a big white
Stams,
guy.
Frank Stams, Mike Wilcher, and Jerry Gray, and I'm sorry, he was a cornerback. So you had Kevin Green, Larry Kelm, Frank Stams, and Mike Wilcher. That was 1990.
That's why they got the team out of LA at the time. They were all trying to be movie stars and not being football players. They're like, nope, this ain't working.
I don't. You know what, caller? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go back and like look at the pictures, and I'll tell you because
I'm gonna go one more. I'm gonna go one more in between with 92 just to see if they had any different players, but because that's kind of like a roundabout middle area.
Daryl sounded familiar.
So Roman Pfeiffer was already there by 92. Todd Light was there. Oh no, he's a cornerback. So it was Kevin Green, Larry Kelm, and Roman Pfeiffer. So they only had 3 linebackers that year.
Nope.
Must have been someone before that time.
89, maybe 88.
Maybe.
Probably somebody.
I'll go back. I'm gonna go back and look now just for shits and giggles.
Oh, I just have fun looking at all these old rosters, man. These guys I used to watch on TV growing up, you know.
There were some studs, man. When you go back and you know what's funny is so like the coach. I don't know if I told you guys before. So Brent Huff was the coach. He got me into coaching high school, and Huff he played I think with Chicago, and he played at Tampa Bay. And I'm telling you, we are like polar opposites. Like I'm like, you know, obviously I'm super loud. I'm in your face. When I was talking with the kids, I say a lot of bad words, you know, like, you know, because I was a, you know, defensive line coach. And then as a defensive coordinator. So instead of saying our team name, I would have my guys yell kill. You know,
yeah.
I'd be like, what are we going to do? And the boys would yell, kill. I go, what are we going to do? And they yell, kill.
They didn't like that so much in California, did they? Oh,
well, the thing is so Coach Huff, who comes from the Valley, right? He's a preacher, right? So he got his degree to be a minister. So I'm over in the huddle really tight, and I'm cussing with these boys. And I've got him all tight. You know what I was like?
Yeah. You're in the huddle talking. Boy, get your ass up in gear. You need to get out of there. Yeah, you're doing the coach thing.
And I'm like, I don't care. I go, you're gonna do nasty.
Kill him.
You rip him. You grab him. You doing all of this. And I was like, and I'm cussing, right? And I was like, hey, and this is between us, right? This is between us, the defense. Don't you let Coach Huff. And all of a sudden, I look across, and the kids' eyes are looking at me, and they look up, and I'm like, Coach Huff is right behind me, isn't he? And they're like, yeah, Coach, he's right there. And I'm like, all right, what are we going to do? And they yell, kill. And I'm like, get out there.
Yeah.
I turn around. Coach Huff looks at me, and he was a.
Did you guys win?
He looks. I thought I was going to get fired. And he goes, yeah, let's kill.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. He was insane.
I'm taking a look
back
at.
Coach, man.
I'm taking a look back at other free agent wide receivers, and with Mike Williams coming off the board, Chris Godwin coming off the board, I mean, there's nobody else to pay big money to, which wouldn't be even considered big money, I think, for Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, they're gonna have to go somewhere, and unless they're just gonna re-sign the guy, there's no way, right?
Kirk is available.
Yeah, it's Christian Kirk. But there's Christian Kirk, but Odell Beckham is still available. So
Beckham.
Yep.
Hell, you can even go with Jackson, Deshaun Jackson. Give a flyer on him.
No way, bro. Deshaun Jackson, how old is he?
He'll
He's
get
gotta
you at least
be-
4 50-yard catches this season, which is 4 times what DVP will give you.
Deshaun Jackson will be
Who's gonna throw it to him
37
that
years
far?
old next year.
How old you said?
37 next year.
Yeah.
He's my
Oh,
age,
that's
bro.
good. He's good.
He's 36 right now. I ain't catching.
I think the Raiders traded for him, and he dropped a wide open 60-yard bomb from Carr in the play. Almost got into the playoffs. He would have caught that ball.
He was on the Rams initially, and they cut him.
Yeah,
they just picked him up.
Yeah, he was on the Rams.
Yeah, they went and
guy I
got
wanted
Odell for that role.
Mm-hmm.
Odell's a free agent.
Yes,
Yeah,
Odell's a free agent.
he's
Yeah,
free.
yeah,
But
he
he
is.
just tore his knee.
Oh, he'll be signed by next week.
I don't understand how the Rams
stay with the
could
Rams.
pick up a guy like Von Miller and pretty much just rented out Von Miller for one season, and we can't rent out guys.
Well, because they're not. Von Miller jumped on the
exactly.
friggin' Super Bowl train. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
If we
I-
looked
I
like we're
get
marching
that,
to
But
the
there was
get
no way to
that.
tell.
I
they
get
was
that,
gonna
but
be a
if we're
Super Bowl.
going by the
They were
mindset
close.
that guys want to come here because they like
yeah,
McDaniel's
but
mentality,
we're not a Super Bowl
Cap.
away, dude. The Rams went to a
We're
couple
literally
Super Bowls.
that guy that walks into the casino and is like, I'm smarter than everybody else in here that's winning, and I'm going to do everything the exact opposite of what the winners in the room are doing.
gotcha.
That's literally us. We're that
Yeah.
guy that thinks we know it all.
Got you. No said.
Yeah,
Got
they
you.
do the opposite. They always do
Yeah,
the
they're-
opposite of what
They're
they got.
not
The
gonna do that.
blueprint sitting right in front of them, and they want to go build a castle in the sand. That's the problem.
Those attractive sandy castles. Are so
Yeah,
nice.
is it a sand castle?
As
Because you
if
need
money,
sand to
as
build
if
a
money
castle.
cares how you earn it. You know what I mean? Like the money's gonna go, no, you copied all those guys, man. You know, you're terrible. It's like, no, it's money. If everybody in the casino is winning money doing this certain thing and you think you're gonna be better by doing something different, you're gonna be broke walking out of the casino. And everybody else is gonna be having fun.
6 and 8 on the
Yeah,
crap
that's the
table,
Dolphins
baby.
for you.
And it's a shame when you walk into the casino with the most or the second most money.
That's
Right,
what I was just getting
exactly,
ready to say. The
exactly.
problem with this scenario is they got the money. You
And
know what I'm
that's the
saying? So
thing
they
too.
need to buy
Everybody in the casino knows you're that guy.
Yep, you're the Mark. That's the problem right now. Are we the Mark? I hope not. And if
We're
we
a
go
bunch
out-
of dolphins
hey,
in a
guys.
tank full of sharks and
I
whales.
gotta ask the panel. So today, up until today, all I heard was we had the most money in free agency, and
Second
then that
most.
changed today. What happened?
Second
Because
most, we've had
Indianapolis
second most.
traded Carson Wentz, and so they gained salary
Okay.
cap because of that.
Got you.
Wentz went to the Washington
Yeah.
Commanders.
Right.
Now we have
Right,
third.
I didn't
and now they
factor
gain
that
money
in.
now.
Now we have third most.
Teams are
So
now
Jaguars-
leapfrogging us.
Jaguars are number one, but don't worry, we don't look. I don't think anyone's taken the Jacksonville job over the Dolphins job, so we at least got that going for us, guys.
So you were exactly right.
What do you
Crypto.
mean the Dolphins?
We don't have a
job?
castle in the sand. We are stuck in the sand.
Yeah, we're spinning sand right
Exactly.
now, guys. We're spinning sand. We're
We're
spitting.
waiting
sand
for
right now.
rebar. That's what we're waiting for.
Because we're burning our money on everything else but what we need to freaking burn.
Well, that's
it
just
on.
it. We haven't burnt any money yet, Color.
Well,
We
yeah,
haven't.
but I mean, just in general, like, you know, we're doing
I don't-
everything
money is buried,
exactly
Chris.
besides what we
Caller,
need to
we're
do.
gonna
the money's
spend
out on
money
the yacht.
next
We got to
year.
get the yacht and get the pirates together and be like, hey, we have to go chase out the booty.
Arr.
All right.
Yep.
It's off in Tampa Bay.
We're,
It's
we're
out
the
down
ones
by
that bring
my
in
end.
5 specialist coaches just to go buy a bunch of veterans in free agency.
That's
that
right,
don't
guys.
Need that
I don't
specialized
think-
coaching.
I know everyone's like, oh, overhaul the offensive line in free agency, and I expect them to get an offensive lineman in free agency, probably a center, probably more, but not. They're not going to go break the bank on a couple of offensive line guys, maybe one, and I expect another one big buy to be on a wide receiver.
Man,
Who,
so
Armstead?
you guys are taking away Kenneth Walker from me. You guys are taking away 2 starting O linemen away from me in free agency. Where are you
happening,
guys
bro.
leaving me? What can I have?
You can
Why
have.
Why can't we have nice things, man?
You can't have nothing nice. First of all,
Cap,
wake
you
up.
can
Right,
have a
we need
punter,
nice things,
unless
Cap.
we draft the guy in the,
We have a ton of offensive linemen, and we just overhauled our entire coaching staff on offense for offensive linemen. The entire
Oh,
scheme
Cap
is
was
built.
just trying to emulate Aaron Rodgers for a minute.
That's
Oh,
right.
God.
He's like, what are you guys leaving me here? No wide receivers, no offensive line.
So they're gonna probably target one wide receiver to pay money to, and another body kind of guy to be a rotational dude. I'm hoping that it's medium money for 2 wide receivers, where they'll go get Juju for around 10 and go get like Crowder for around 7 or 6.
Then we can draft Nakobe Dean at 29.
Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know. He probably gonna make $5 million, $6 million, and I would like him. But why would he choose here for the same money?
Yep.
So
that's the thing.
Could get Kirk and Juju.
But no, Kirk's expected to get almost $10.5 million. So Kirk's actually going to charge some big money. Christian Kirk's going to want $10 million or plus. He's going to get more money.
That's good. He was projected at 13.
So now, but if we add Kirk, if we add Juju, are we going to trade Devontae?
Oh yeah, Devontae's gone if we go pay.
His walking papers is done.
If Christian Kirk gets 12, Juju's gonna want close to that. No,
I think Juju. Well, yeah, but Juju had a down year and injury. I think this is the year to buy Juju. This is why you go get Juju right now.
Buy him on the cheap.
You get him on the cheap. You go get him 2 years, $25 million, and guarantee. I don't know, whatever. Maybe he might do a 2-year deal or something like that. I don't know. Maybe this is the year to go get him though, because
and his injuries were what, ribs related or was it feet related?
By the way, everybody adjusted their stuff, except Bucky still has us taking Nakobe Dean at 29.
Listen, I would take Nakobe.
Oh, Dean. Bucky.
There's no way Dean is left.
Well, I mean, at 50, we need to get to
Bucky's on the Nakobe Dean square, buddy.
No, bro. Let me tell you. Hey, what Little Wiki was saying, bro. Let me tell you, Leo Chanel. I think did he play with Andrew Van Ginkel too when they were together in Wisconsin? Yep. Bro, Leo Chanel looks good, bro. If you haven't seen his film, bro, check him out, bro. I'm telling you, man. Anthony was talking about him too. I looked him up when I looked him up at the combine.
I seen him. He's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good.
Remember this: Chanel was actually playing part of this year injured.
Yeah.
So Chanel's production numbers came down a little bit this year. Had he come out last year, he still would have been a first-round draft pick.
I got a quote from Nakobe Dean about meeting Mike McDaniel. It says right here, I love that meeting because we were able to talk ball for a lot of reasons. Dean said there weren't so many character questions. Not saying anything is wrong with character questions, but I love talking about ball and learning about defense and having that love for the game. And that's what his words were about Mike McDaniel. They are looking at him. Nakobe Dean. I would love if Floyd fell. I don't think he will, but that would be the best.
If Dean or Floyd fell to us at 29,
I want that.
I would be on board with it.
It feels like it's
Nakobe Dean will be good at 29, but
I think either one of those guys at 29 would be the last piece the defense needs as long as they figure out pass rusher. Which guess what? They don't figure out this stuff with Ogbah.
We need a Bong video for them to get there.
Something.
Yeah, we got. That's what I was saying before. If you want
them, exactly. But, I don't think they're gonna fall there. I think they'll be taken in the teens.
Well, you know what? If you're looking at a lot of these mock drafts, they've got the first quarterback being taken, with like the 8th pick, 7th pick.
Yeah, it'd be
that
top
ain't
10.
That never ever happens, guys. I don't give a damn what goes on. At least 2 quarterbacks will be taken in the top 10. At least
fall in love with
the problem is who's the Ryan Tannehill of this draft?
There'll be 3 taken in the first round, no matter what.
You know what? Hey, let me jump in really quick. The quarterback out of Liberty,
Malik Willis.
Yeah, everybody's loving this Liberty quarterback.
What's his name?
I see.
Willis?
Malik
I
Willis.
know.
Malik Willis, yeah.
I get it.
He's good.
Let me tell you what. I watched him at the combine.
Everybody's loving on this Malik Willis guy. I just got to think to myself, he's a Temple quarterback, people. That's all. I'm just be real.
I hear you.
It's not like he played the SEC. I'm not saying underestimate him. We've seen guys come out of North Dakota State that are good. Just saying. Let's be real. Let's just be real, guys.
Joe Flacco.
He's a surefire Hall of Famer.
To the right team, so that he doesn't have to play
right away. Yeah, he know exactly.
It's not going to happen. He's going to get picked
up
up by Carolina, and they're going to throw the weight of the world right on him.
Well, that'll ruin him.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to throw the whole franchise.
You mean to tell me they're going to give up on Sam Darnold? That's not fair.
After they trade away McCaffrey, they're going to throw the weight of the world on this kid. And
I hope tickets. He needs the Steve McNair treatment. Remember, Steve McNair sat down, I think, his first 2 years. But then once he came on the field, he was lights out, borderline Hall of Fame quarterback. And he came from a small school, Alcorn State, right?
There's quarterback needy teams that are going to take him, and a team like the Browns aren't going to take him, and a team like Jacksonville or the Dolphins or any of these teams, these aren't teams that are going to take him. He'll be long gone.
I would love it if the Dolphins drafted him.
He would never fall that far. He'll be drafted probably top 5. He'll go top 5. Somebody will jump up the board.
If he's sitting at 29, what does Chris Greer does? What does Chris Greer do at this point?
I would grab him.
He's sitting at 29.
The ball explodes out of
him. If he's there at 29,
happens?
you draft him and sit him for 2 years.
Are we talking about Desmond Ridder again?
No, we're talking Willis. Malik Willis.
First of all, all right. I don't know. Willis might be the next
quarterback
coming.
when it's a quarterback you guys want to talk about. All right.
Hey, hold on. Before that, so you guys are in Miami. What's the what is your guys' take on the used quarterback?
Tyler Van Dyke?
Yeah,
he looks like a stud.
Dutch is a stud, man.
We love him.
With Mario here, though, the competition is going to be reopened, though. And that kid, Jake Garcia's got some moxie. But Dutch is the man. Dutch is the man.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah, bro.
They're gonna let him take the reins. Garcia's gonna have to wait. So
that's probably what'll shake out. Okay. But I wouldn't discount this guy Garcia.
And he'll know. Listen, University of Miami football looking up, boys. Looking up.
It's going to be interesting to have the U back in the conversation again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait. So there's
pretty good.
There's speculation that the team might cut Eric Rowe for cap reasons. I hope they work it out with him and keep him, but there's still need for depth. I mean, outside of the 2 young guys, we're going to need another guy. We're not going to bring back McCourty. There's just no freaking way.
Bubba Bolden.
I don't want McCourty.
Bubba Bolden.
You know who's a free agent? Bobby McCain. Free agent. Let's go get Bobby McCain, guys.
That's my guy.
Let's go get him for $5 million. For $5 million, go get Bobby back in this month.
He's in the building.
Let's make it happen, Crypto. Make sure he's on the boat.
You think he can share the square with DVP though, Crypto?
No. the square.
Man, I've never been a big Bobby McCain fan, man.
Oh, I love Bobby McCain.
I saw him make a business decision. I forget what running back he had to tackle.
He was playing injured. I know which game you're talking about. He was playing injured that game.
Well, if he didn't make that decision, we wouldn't be able to pick him right now, would we?
Perhaps.
Yep. He'd be
I'm just kidding, Corey.
I mean, just the
that was just a natural, logical progression. You know what I mean? I was going for it.
Yeah, right now Holland isn't making any business decisions. He's knocking everybody out.
No, he's out. No, he is making business decisions. I'm gonna be a superstar. Right, I want superstar money. So there is other safeties available that might interest the Dolphins, but they're not gonna want to spend a lot of money because we got 2 young guys. So it's not like you're gonna bring someone in. You're not gonna bring in Jabril Peppers or somebody like that who's young, who's coming off injury, who's probably going to be looking for a starting role.
Bubba Bolden.
We got enough Peppers in Miami.
Actually, Jabril Peppers is only the Honey Badger is going to cost $7 or $8 million. They're not going to bring him in. He's going to go to jump on a team he thinks is going to the Super Bowl anyhow. He'll probably end up on Denver. He'll probably end up on Denver.
To my
honestly.
words. Bubba Bolden. Listen to me now. Believe me later on.
Bubba Bolden. Bubba Bolden. Miami. Bubba Bolden.
Yes.
Think we can draft him? Isn't he going in the draft?
He'll go in later rounds.
Yeah, you think we can pick him up with one of those 4ths? I would
maybe
take
even
that.
later.
Maybe
6
maybe even 5th.
Wow, I'd like that. Yeah, Jabril Peppers is only only valued at under $1 million next year because of his injury. Go get him. He's still young. He's only 27.
As a backup?
Yeah, as a rotation
Hell
guy. We
yeah.
have 2 starters.
Where did he
Yeah.
go to the Giants, right?
Yeah. He's a free agent this year.
Yeah.
I would like to bring that guy. I'm excited about our secondary coaching. So I want to see some of these guys that are young that they can bring in here, like Trill Williams. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that kid this year. You know what I'm saying? They'll put some work on him.
Do you notice the last 2 guys we're talking about both have Star Trek names?
Jabril.
Yeah, that was Dr. Jabril, the guy that was testing the shielding for the corona of a son, who ended up being the bad guy in that episode, Dr. Jabril. And then there was the other guy, Trill. That's a species in Star Trek. A type of alien. The Trills.
Kohler, you're dating yourself, brother.
Yeah, Kohler. I don't watch enough Star Trek. My uncle would know everything you're talking about. He would.
I'm just thinking it'd be funny to find out these 2 guys are huge Star Trek fans, like their parents literally named them after those two things, you know.
We might need the Borg at quarterback.
Right.
Damn, not the Borg.
Well, and then if we
how about that guy
Locutus
Locutus Williams?
We got Kirk on the team. All we need is a quarterback.
Yeah, Christian Kirk. There you go.
Isn't there an available safety this year called Smokey Monday or something like that?
God.
I think there is some.
We don't want no celebrities kids. We don't want no Hollywood actors kids on our team.
Oh shit.
We don't got nobody with pointy ears on the side.
Look this up.
We digress.
Yeah, I mean, damn, bro.
Smoke Monday. Yeah, that's his name. Smoke Monday.
Mountains of Gold. Shit. My kid's name is Mountains of Gold. His middle name is Of.
I can't imagine us taking a Star Trek named team to the Super Bowl, guys. Just got to say here, you know, be a smart team. Like, are they going to be physical enough to win the game? I just don't know. Let's. I've been poking around now that Bobby Wagner is released. I can't imagine a better fit for the Dolphins inside linebacker to take, you know,
and then draft one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You bring in Bobby Wagner and then have a young guy in one of those 4th round picks or one of those later round picks.
Shout out to Jeremy JD Finns fan Hagen from Norcal. Shout out all the way from SoFlo.
Yeah, what's up?
There we
Jeremy.
go,
NorCal in the house. But
Sacramento, baby. E40.
I can't imagine them keeping Roberts on the team. Flores ain't around here no more, so he's probably a goner. So, Jabril Peppers does do it. Jason says Jabril Peppers does punts too. Yeah, you're right. He does do punt return. So,
and we can move Baker out.
That's where we want Baker. We want Baker out on.
You know, you get that true Mike backer, and that allows us to be stronger because we're playing guys where they naturally are best fitted.
Well, there's also another linebacker that's still available, Jalen Brown from Tennessee. He's a pretty good linebacker. I noticed him when I was doing a lot of my scouting for what's his name, Harold Landry, and Jalen Brown. They bring him in. He's only 27. Probably cost you around $4 or $5 mil. If we're lucky, I don't know. I'd have to look in what he would cost a little bit more, but he's a damn good linebacker that we could probably use on this football team because we're gonna need to. They're gonna spend money. It's kind of. I could see them spending some money on the defense because they think they'll overachieve with the offense. So, and Mike McDaniel believes in his system a lot. So,
you know, I really like this kid, Smoke Monday. I mean, he could have said Smoke Saturday, but he's a Monday smoker. You know, he might be as good as Ricky Williams.
He extends his weekend one day more. You know,
looking at him right now.
You're watching film?
No, he's his stuff from Auburn. Just a overview.
Oh, you guys
of
aren't
him.
pulling my leg. There's an actual Smoky Monday.
Oh yeah, no, there's Smoke Monday.
Yeah, his name's Smoke
No.
Monday.
He's
Smoke
6'3",
Friday?
200 pounds, plays safety, liberal arts major.
Smoke Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yep. Well, he's smoking on Monday for sure.
Every day.
But can he bring the boom?
He's a captain in let's see, 171 tackles, 5 interceptions, 5 pass breakups. Yeah,
What
no, he
schools
looks pretty
play
good.
for?
Auburn.
Roll Tide. We don't need no damn War Eagles out here.
He's
Whatever. I take anyone and everyone.
Smoke
all
Monday
from-
is rolling
I'm
something
South
else.
Florida.
But yes, if
They're
he
all
can
from
play,
South Florida
I'm
anyhow.
all for him.
More often than not, they're from South Florida anyhow.
Or Texas.
Well, this
or
guy's
California.
from Atlanta, Georgia, hometown, so he's a Georgia boy. That's just as good.
Yep, I'll take it. Surprised he ain't a running back. They churn him out of Georgia, bro. Them running backs out of Georgia or something else. Yeah,
He started as a freshman at 188 pounds, and now he's a senior at 199. So he's shown he can grow. He's shown he can get in the weight room.
Yeah, it's pretty long. He's pretty long as a safety. Long arms.
Is it
Long
weight
legs.
room or is it extra cheeseburger on Sundays?
He looks pretty lean. I don't know.
if anything, it's an extra cheeseburger on Mondays because it's Smoke Mondays.
Right, exactly.
Right.
No. Wait a minute. It's Smoke Monday, Cheeseburger Tuesday.
Ah, that's
Yes.
what it is.
I'll
Gotcha.
gladly smoke Monday for a Cheeseburger Tuesday.
And I'll pay you next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I got it all backwards.
Yeah.
I'll gladly pay you for a smoke on Monday, on Tuesday.
For a cheeseburger on Monday.
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for some smoke on Monday.
Every day. Just give me a cheeseburger for crying out loud.
right. Without onions.
Without cheese.
All the outside of Terran Armstead, everyone's favorite, I don't know why there's so much desire for a true left tackle, but Orlando Brown ain't going nowhere. Cam Robinson ain't going nowhere. Armstead's still available, but he's going to cost $1 gajillion.
Armstead, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Why don't
he's
they?
got a long injury history, so
He does. There's Eric Fisher,
Struggling to
left
remember
tackle.
the last time we paid big time for an offensive lineman like that. We've got 2 guys
The
that
last
belong in
time-
the
was
Hall
it-
of Fame. We got 2 guys that belong in the Hall of Fame that we drafted. We got Jake Long that we drafted. We got.
I don't think he should go in the Hall of
Richard Webb.
Fame, bro.
Yeah, Jake hasn't had it good
No,
enough.
I'm
Webb and
saying
Keith
we
Sims.
got
on the
we got
field.
Richmond Webb and Keith Sims that both belong in the Hall of
Okay,
Fame.
all right. Okay,
Oh,
yes.
that
yes.
We
Yeah.
drafted
You guys
both
want
of
to
those.
bring? You guys
We
want to
drafted
bring back the
Keith
Bond
Sims in
mask?
the 6th round.
Mike Pouncey did pretty good doing his.
Listen,
thing.
I think they've got a lot of young talent that they can get stuff out of already on the team. That's why I can't imagine us going and getting a left tackle, maybe a right tackle, and the right tackle I want is Morgan Moses.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
just
Morgan
pointing out that
Moses-
the best offensive linemen Miami has ever had in my lifetime were all drafted. Every one of them.
Would you? Hey, Color, would you bring back?
But
the
they were
Bond
drafted
mask?
late. They wasn't drafted like in the first.
Other
round.
than Tunsil.
Keith
You know,
Sims,
Tunsil went in the first round,
Mm.
but
Would you
other
bring
than
him
that-
back?
The first rounder.
I'm sorry,
I
Kat?
would.
No,
Would you
Richmond
bring
Webb
back
was
the
a first
Bond
rounder.
mask?
Bring back who?
Tunsil.
Oh,
Tunsil.
Tunsil. Man, I would, but one thing I wanted
It's
when
going
you
to
brought
cost
it
a
up
first
earlier,
and a third.
the one thing I'm concerned about though is it's not his lack of run block per se that concerns me. It's that is that going to be a signal to the defense that we're passing the ball because he's on the field? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he can run block.
Okay. Well, I mean, just the prevailing, wind is that he can't run block, but I don't.
No, he's no
necessarily
he's
do
no
it.
Gasecki. He is not that obvious.
Right.
He doesn't
So
give
I'm
him the
just
play that
wondering if
much.
it gets to a point where it becomes a signal to the defense that we're passing the ball.
Like a liability, yeah.
But that's it. That's
Yeah.
something small. That's something that can be coached up. You know, we can still find ways to make it look like we're running the ball. In other words, we could run the ball enough with him on the field that it won't be such a signal, you know.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Not like Gesicki, where Gesicki's in there. Yeah, we're
You're
probably
just like,
passing the
okay.
ball.
Tell
There's
me
a good
if I'm wrong.
chance.
Tell me if I'm wrong. But this free agent class is, I mean, it's pretty non-spectacular. I mean, we have the money at the wrong time, it seems. With
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I thought
you're
about
right,
that
Kahari.
too. I kind of
You're
thought
right,
about that
Kahari.
too. Yeah.
Everybody
like
in
we got it
free
at the
agency
wrong
is one of
time.
these guys that you think wants to cash out. You know,
Right.
it seems
Money
like
at the wrong
everybody is
time,
just
it
viewed good.
seems.
So in other words, you're saying we'll.
Unless we
So,
go get
Kerry,
that
you said-
quarterback. Unless we get number 4.
Sure.
Yeah, unless they
Sure,
drop
but-
big money on something like that. It seems like we have the money at the wrong time. All the best free agents are getting gobbled up by the teams they're already on.
Or
We're
the
left,
other
we're left
free
holding
agents
the
or
bag, is
quarterbacks.
what you're saying, huh?
Yeah, we're left holding the bag and our nuts in the other hand. Going, damn it. I thought we were gonna have fun.
That's
I'm ready
so
to go to the
typical
strip club.
Dolphins. They're always holding the bag.
We're always got caught holding the bag.
Have you seen my baseball?
You can't if you
Have you
can't
seen my
bring
baseball?
if you can't bring a 20 to 28-year-old prime NFL player to Miami, something's wrong, man.
I
We're in
mean,
trouble.
you know, you're absolutely right, Kahari. I mean, how can you not bring somebody like that, young and impressionable and all that, wanting to make a brand for themselves? How do you not bring them to a city that has a hotel like that?
Jeez, man.
Yes.
South
I
Beach.
mean,
Yes,
really, people.
exactly.
Spring break is
That's
happening
crazy.
now. All you gotta do is show them what's happening on
That's
the beach
awesome.
right now.
These
This
people
weekend.
are like,
Hotel.
these people
That's
are
a
like,
hell of a
I'm
light
willing
bill.
to give up a penthouse suite in the neck rooms of the guitar because I don't want to play with the quarterback that's in Miami.
Oh man, is that why?
Man.
Is it because of the quarterback, or is it because of the coach, or is it because of the owner? Either way,
Well,
The
whatever.
owner.
You're right,
That's
Chris.
it.
It
Could
could be
be.
all those three at
Could be
once.
all of those things. Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
sure.
All of them.
I'll give you the
Yeah.
traffic.
or is
Crazy.
Chris Greer not going to overpay players, which I can appreciate. Don't overpay players that hurt you with, strap you for cash. But I mean, they could go after a right tackle. I like Morgan Moses. I think he's worth the money. There's talk about, go after Trent Brown, one of the best right tackles in the business. It's cost you probably $8 or $9 million a year, but there you go. Your right side's all worked out. I'd rather pay a good center, but dude, I don't want to pay $15 million a year for the center from Tampa Bay. I don't want to do it.
Who's going to be this year's Adama Kansu?
No, that's the first wave. We usually get 3 waves in free agency. We always tip top around the second wave, third wave.
The second and third
unless
wave,
it's a
yeah.
suit.
Yeah, I don't want to hit that first wave. Unless
Unless you know it's going to be somebody that's going to be an impact player. If you know they're going to impact the team right away. But we're going to go into April and then we're going to be signing guys off the waiver wire or something, or the bargain bin basement. You watch.
Yeah,
I say by April 4th, we're going to start signing guys.
I think
Yeah, you're probably
somebody's
right.
going to open the door. He heard a knock at the door. He's going to open it for us.
Someone's open the door.
Hold on, let's see it.
Oh! Wait a minute, who's that?
Dan?
Dan the man.
Say, hey, ain't anybody going to answer this damn door, man?
Bobble Dan.
Oh
Is anyone
man, the
answering
bubble
this
Dan.
door?
Hey guys, did you see that tweet from Demario Davis?
No.
Oh no,
linebacker?
I didn't see it.
All right, he says, quote, so players are suspended whole seasons for betting on games. But when there are rumors about team owners paying coaches to lose games, we're supposed to act like we don't see that. Somebody
And so
help
it
me.
begins.
Somebody
I
help
brought
me.
that up yesterday.
I'm
I
asking
brought that
for a
up
friend.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it
Cap did
begins.
say that.
And Rhino was ready to rip my head off.
Exactly. Right. For whatever
I'm
reason, I don't
surprised
know what Ryan was
I'm
thinking.
surprised it took a week for people to make
I
that.
know, right?
He was only
correlation.
ripping your head out because he has selective amnesia. He just do it when it's convenient to fit his narrative, Cap.
Yeah, I
It was
know.
convenient.
I know. I miss it though. I'm glad he's back.
Yep.
Well, I think even though, guys, y'all know it was here first on the Fins tailgate, the hashtag Toss Boss Ross.
Yep.
It was an endeavor to get a better ownership for more accountability because I felt like it was going to be squandered in another scandal. Yet I was right. And I'll probably get what I want, the tossing of Ross. But damn, dude, this could cost us way more than just an ownership change.
Who was that tweeted that out? Who was that?
Demario Davis, the New Orleans
Demario
middle
Davis.
linebacker. It may be an Instagram post, man. I don't know if it's Instagram or Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at a post on Facebook from the Black Adam Schefter.
Bro, it's like when I brought it up yesterday, I tell everybody, and everybody's going off on me. What's the correlation between Ridley and our owner? Our owner hasn't been tried for anything or been convicted of anything. What do you think the Miami Dolphins are being investigated by the NFL right now? For what?
It's not for racial things. It's for throwing football games. It's for betting. It's for trying to pay money. And whether it's proven or not, it's a stain on the team, and reprimand could come our way. And if it costs us picks, that's going to suck. If it costs us money, that's going to suck. If it creates just more problems like we get around here, it sucks already. It sucks already.
Costing us free agents.
That's why they need to go ahead and deal those picks right away. Be preemptive and say, hey, we already dealt the picks for the players, you know.
And it goes back to the fact that these are adult men. They've got families. They're sitting at home discussing these decisions with their wives, man.
Yep.
You think that they look at their kids playing there on the living room floor with their little Duplos, and they got their hot wife sitting on the couch, and they start talking about, you want to go to Miami, and they start talking about all the headache that's down here. Like they don't even want anything to do with that. These people want to find neighborhoods to put their kids into a decent school in and all this other stuff. They don't, you know what I mean?
They don't need that
forget
nonsense.
we're talking about adults here. You
And,
know?
and because of that fact, potentially, and Chris Greer being shrewd with the money, he's not going to overpay for someone to go, hey, listen, your team's kind of in a way right now. He ain't going to let that happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to overpay you for any reason. I don't care. Scandal be damned. Chris Greer keeps that money pretty tight. So at least I think it'll be fiscally responsible, but that's going to turn into free agents like, you know, wide receivers that we don't know. AJ Klein from the Bills, or Keenan Cole, or you know, just
DJ Chark.
Yeah, just guys that I'm not saying are the worst possible options, but like Josh Reynolds, you know, these aren't.
But these are all guys you pick up when you've got a star quarterback. These are all guys that can hunt, they can tread one more year because you got a guy that can deliver the ball. You know, I'm not saying we don't have
know.
that.
The Dolphins have been they've been afraid to take chances for some reason. I don't know why.
If these people's perception is any similar to my own, if any of them, they're going to be like, no, I want to go. You know, I want it to be easy.
Yeah,
they don't want to have to help a quarterback shine anymore. They're not at that point in their career anymore.
Yeah, man. I'm with Chris, bro. At the end of the day,
numbers. They want, you know, they want a good situation. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to worry that their quarterback's going to put the ball in a spot that gets their clock cleaned. You know what I mean? All that stuff, man. It's so much involved.
So with that, guys, I'll finish up this article because I stopped it in the middle to kind of just carry on the conversation. Georgia linebacker Nakobe Dean said talk with the Dolphins was one of the ones he enjoyed the most. That seemed to be a consistent theme from draft prospects. They appreciate the way Dolphin staff connects and communicates with players. And then it says It's a far cry from the days when former Dolphins general manager Jeff Ireland asks wide receiver Des Bryant if his mom was a prostitute at the combine interview.
Well, that's who did it.
What a
I
bum.
didn't know we got confirmation on who said what.
Oh
To who.
yes, you guys don't.
that was
remember that?
Ireland, huh?
You guys
Go
don't
figure.
remember that?
Unbelievable,
Okay, so
Ireland.
anyhow,
What a bum.
another stain on the Dolphins helmet. They definitely understand what it's like to be in a player's head. Kentucky offensive lineman Darian Kinnard said, and it's going to be a better connection than a coach yelling at you and ripping your shit for something stupid. Kinnard called it a heart-to-heart conversation with the Dolphins and said he likes how many former players are on the staff. Miami has former standout cornerback. Miami has former standout cornerbacks Madison and Patrick Surtain and wide receiver Wes Welker on the coaching staff. Those respective positions. Several others played games at other levels, including offensive line coach Matt Applebaum, who was an O lineman at UConn, Penn State wide receiver John Han Dotson said it was a great conversation with the Dolphins.
That's my
involved.
guy.
Yeah,
that's my
dude.
guy. That's my number
Dotson.
one guy. That's the next Devontae Smith that I've been banging the table for.
Free agent negotiations can begin on Monday with an official start in free agency slated for next Wednesday. The NFL draft runs from April 28th through the 30th. So hopefully, guys.
We know who Crypto's guy is, man. Don't lie. We know who your guy is, Crypto.
What?
We know who he is. Robert Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Hunt, that's Crypto's guy.
Did you put
I
Matt
love
Collins'
Robert
head?
Hunt. That's my guy.
Did you put Matt Collins' head on
Jim Jensen's body?
Yeah.
You just noticed that?
Yes,
Yeah,
you just noticed that? Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's awesome.
That's him.
I just need to get it in Photoshop and touch up the colors and blend it in.
Hey, look at the
real
number
good.
he's wearing color. That's the magic number he wants.
That's
right. That's DVP's current number.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jeremy, Gate was fun, wasn't it? Gate was fun.
That's Crash 2.0 right there. Crash Holland.
Crash. Oh yeah.
The reason I did that, Chris, was to further illustrate how like identical their physiques are. Like they're literally the same guy.
No, I know. They definitely have the same physique. Matt Collins looks like he could put on a few pounds. There was talk, shout out Big John Stud. He's a big proponent of moving him to tight end. So,
and this is where I got the thought. Him and I are kind of in agreement on that. Other than my adjustment would be more like a tweener.
Can't now. We already got a skinny.
But we can still make him a tweener.
Ass tight end.
We can still tween him. But as you pointed out about the weight, and shout out to Batman and Geo. Apparently, Batman got to chit chat with Hollins the other day in public.
Yeah, he ran into him.
Mac was talking about he has no problem putting on more weight. He doesn't have any problem entertaining the idea of what we all been talking about moving him to tight end and all that, or using him in that type of role. He's down with it, according to Batman. He also got him to budge a little bit on what his number is going to be. He kind of confirmed for Batman that his number is going to be around 7 to 10 million.
No shit.
Yep.
Yeah. 7 to 10.
7 to 10 for Matt Collins.
Yep. That's what Matt Collins confirmed.
Go.
Basically, Batman looked at him and said, "What are you thinking?" Kind of beating around the bush, but he's like, "What do you think? 7 to 10 million?" And Hollins was like, "Yeah, that's kind of like nodded, like yeah, like kind of affirmed for him that that's what he was thinking."
Now think about that. Think about that number, and think about the production Gesicki gave you and what they gave Gesicki as a franchise tag. You don't think he's warranted at least more than 5 or 6?
Yep.
Yes.
And shout out to Batman for doing the real journalism too, man. That's freaking awesome.
7 to 10 is a lot of money.
That's how you get
Matt
sauces,
Collins,
ladies and gentlemen, right there. That's a real sauce.
That's a lot of money for
real
Matt.
pepper sauce right there.
That's some big ducats for Matt Collins.
Big time.
I mean, we paid We paid Eric Flowers $8 million just to go away to Washington.
I know, but that was all done by design to not do that no more. That was done to get guys like that out of the building, so you're not in these types of situations. So
I'm thinking maybe we do a deal for Mac like $5 or $6 million with an incentive to bring it up to 8 or 9. If let's say he gets 1,000 yards or something,
give Mac a 3-year, $18 million, $12 million guaranteed. That's how you do it right there. That's how that's done.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's how that's done.
$6 million a year with 12 up front. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That's how that's done right there. And you give it high incentive, maybe even like 21.
And you put the C back on his shoulder and you put him on the elevator door at Hard Rock.
And that money is after year one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blaspheme our quarterback by suggesting to put somebody besides our quarterback on the Hard Rock elevator door. I'm sorry.
Ugly.
No.
Color taking shots.
By the way, our graphic artist is awesome at Hard Rock. In case y'all want to look at that picture they put on.
You forgot to put the C on his jersey, though, Color.
I know, but did you see what he did with his arms? Like,
oh yeah, no, that's how he looks.
It's like Hulk Tua. It's like Wolverine Tua. I mean, if you go by our graphic artist, man, we're going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I don't.
Man, it's sad, man.
I know.
The only thing that makes me not think, that what you're saying might be facetious is because the fact that Tennessee was pretty much out and they made it the next year with Tannehill. Then Jacksonville was pretty much out of it. They made it to the championship.
Blake Bortles, you got a point there, Cap. Blake Bortles.
Our Tennessee's division sucks, bro. Their division sucks.
But that's all that matters.
I mean, look at the Bengals. You know what I mean? Like,
look at the Bengals.
Nobody thought that either. I'm just trying to put some hope in here, man.
At the same time,
they came out of nowhere.
When Jacksonville made their recent run with Bortles, Tennessee had Mariota under center. Who else is in their division? Indianapolis
they had Andrew Luck
with Andrew. Yeah, but wasn't he like retiring at that point?
No, he had some good years left in him. They was a little competitive, but you know.
And the Jaguars defense cleaned his clock and basically caused him to retire that year. Like, that's right around the same time, Crypto. I don't know if it's the same years or not, but it's right around the same time that they hung it up.
They make quick turnarounds, man. These teams make one. They don't go on these 50-year plans and stuff.
And then who's the other one? Houston Texans had Bill O'Brien.
But we've been victim of having one of the fucking Tom Brady for a long time. Now it sucks because we're looking at the damn Bills. That's what sucks about that. But
just easily come out of nowhere and replace the Patriots as being our nemesis.
I know, right? God bless.
Because they were cellar dwellers.
Once they get Gronk and Hall in the draft, you're gonna be like, all right, now what?
Yeah. Yeah, they get Hall.
I'm gonna go take a torch to that freaking door, man.
First of all, the door was only thought to be closed anyhow. That's only a door inside your head. It's just closed inside your head. So that door, until I start seeing
the door on the speech.
Until I start seeing them sink some money into free agency, they're talking about it's not going and working out with Xavien Howard. That means they're not going to give them that much more money. So, and then already it's not going well with Emmanuel Ogbah. That again tells me they're not going to spend that kind of money. So
it's Chris. So we're going to wait for
some ducats around at some people.
So
I'm going to assume that money's being held for something else.
So watch, if the news comes out Friday positive for Deshaun, since Friday is and the weekend is the time they like to dump all the unwanted news. We're going to find out that a window has been cracked in the building on Monday. On Saturday night, we're going to hear, the window's been cracked. The door's still closed, but we cracked the window to get some air in. You know what I mean?
Look, they said the door was closed. They never said the door was locked.
Exactly.
That's what they'll say.
And besides, Chris, it's a door. It's meant to be opened.
Hey, Hey,
Carlos,
they didn't tell you what kind of door, Chris.
Supposed to open
It
up
could be a
doors,
turnstile.
You built a wall
Yes.
there.
Carlos, órale, güey.
Yeah, from Tijuana, Mexico.
There's
Yes,
literally
Carlos.
only one purpose for a door: to open it. If you don't
My
need
dude
to
be on
open
the-
the door, you put a wall there.
He be on Los Hellfins.
Oh, word up.
Or is the type of door could just be a turnstile.
It's
That's
a
right.
slider.
It opens.
Yeah,
both ways.
it's a revolving door. There
It's
you
a
go.
patio door with the air.
Yeah, it could be a
Screen
screen
door.
door.
It's a
It's a screen door.
It's a screen door. Now listen, if it's one of those metal screen doors, those
Metal screen door.
yeah, you can't get that bitch down, bro.
Get that out.
Yeah, hey, and by the way, Ricky Williams is over there clipping little circles out of it for pipe screens for his pipe.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't.
Ricky Williams.
Punching holes in it.
He's clipping little nickel-sized holes out of the screen for his pipe.
For the pipe, yeah.
Yeah, I again, we'll see what happens come this weekend, or Friday, really.
Friday afternoon. You know the Texas jail, the jails close, and the jails, what do you call it? The courtrooms. They shutting at 5 Central Time, so we'll know something by 6.
That's right. You'll know it after anything has to happen.
In all seriousness,
at
in
6
a
o'clock.
stunning move, the Miami Dolphins trade with the Detroit Lions for Jared Goff
Oh my God, I would
to
freak
quote
out.
unquote back up Tua.
That will be hell to pay color.
Actually, I could see something like that happening. Honestly, dude, I could.
That
really
is such a Greer move, dude.
That is
It's same with
such
Josh
a
Rosen.
Dolphins. I don't know if it's a Greer move. I would say it was a Dolphins move.
Chris, if we can get Goff in the building for the same amount of money as Rosen, why wouldn't you do it?
I can't imagine why they wouldn't. But then,
Were we talking to them about their left tackle?
could you
When they
guys
got
imagine?
Rosen?
No,
Yeah,
Rosen is
Detroit.
on that
Rosen was
team,
the
isn't he?
Rosen, we
No,
got in the building for a
Rosen's
second
in
round
Washington
pick.
or in Atlanta.
He's
Oh, he's in
Washington,
Atlanta now.
Atlanta, yeah.
So he's now this officially a journeyman now.
Right.
Courtesy
right.
of the
And
Miami
I wasn't
Dolphins
talking about
giving up
bringing in
on him.
Rosen. I'm saying if we could get Goff for the same flyer we took out on Rosen, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, that's true.
Listen,
Yeah, the same amount of picks,
say all
right?
you want
we got to have
about
a second
Goff.
for him.
he's actually not the worst quarterback I've ever seen, and he's
the number 1 overall pick now. Don't forget now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a reach then, and I stand.
I mean, I
proven
honestly don't think
Come
Goff.
on, Chris.
When you look at what the Rams did there,
But he was a
when they
reach,
drafted
and I was
Goff-
correct.
Yeah, but Chris,
No,
when you
he
look at
wasn't
what
a
the-
reach.
When you look
You've
at
been
when
a
the
little
Rams
harsh on him
drafted
there.
Goff, it's not. People like to think of it like the Sam Bradford pick, but I don't think Goff is
Goff's not as
is
injured.
obsolete like Sam
No.
Bradford was right out of the box.
Goff,
You know what I
Goff
mean?
hasn't been very injured in his career. I mean, he's had injuries, but
Yeah,
nothing
Bradford
like
just
major.
was his injury.
And Goff knows where to deliver the football.
Goff's
You know,
not
whether
terrible.
he's
They had
fast
a
enough to
high-ranking
do it on
offense.
occasion. You know, sometimes he gets slow in the pocket, and so he gets wrapped up. But he's not an idiot quarterback. He's not terrible garbage. You know what I
Let's
mean?
not forget they was the top-ranked Dolphins before Flores shut them down in the Super
Jared
Bowl.
Goff.
Why did the Rams get rid of him?
Super Bowl. Jared
They
Goff
got rid
got
of him because they
Super Bowl.
needed a better arm. That's it. They needed a
That's it.
better
That's all they
arm
needed.
in tighter windows to deliver little.
Maybe it is Flo's
lasers.
fault that golf
If
is
Todd
not
Gurley,
on the
if
team.
Todd Gurley doesn't fall out like he did, Jared Goff has a Super Bowl ring right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he does have a ring. Yeah, if Todd Gurley
If
does
Todd
exactly.
Gurley didn't flame out, Jared Goff would
Exactly.
be wearing a Super Bowl ring right now.
Did you guys
Yeah,
ever
because
see that?
they would have easily won that game.
You guys ever see that Jared Goff prank that he played where he went to a college? Did you guys ever see that?
No, but I seen the chick that busted her ass in that parade that he looked at it didn't help or something like that. They were making a big.
No, I don't know what the hell
that?
you're
That
talking
was
about from
Stafford.
there.
That was Stafford.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm
I didn't
confused.
see
Stafford,
that.
yes, he fell
Okay,
out.
you
He
guys
fell
wanna
out the
see the
stage.
video?
By the way, speaking of
No,
Todd
she fell
Gurley,
off the stage like
Todd
the one in
Gurley
the
was the
soccer
Saquon
cup.
Barkley before Saquon Barkley was Saquon Barkley.
Who's that?
Who was that?
Todd Gurley.
And Saquon Barkley are cut from the same cloth.
People were pointing to Todd Gurley when they were warning the Giants about what they were doing, picking Saquon. They're like, look at Gurley.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, he did help them get to the Super Bowl, no?
Yeah, but you're right, Cap. But when it came down to it, where's he at now? He literally only did like 3-4 years ago.
Color. That's why you draft them early and get them, and they help you take you to the Super Bowl, and hopefully you win.
That's a fair point.
They just failed.
But again, Chris, the Giant. But again, the Giant. You're right. You're absolutely right, and I don't dispute that. I'm saying for the Giants at the time, if the decision is a quarterback or the running back, no, you draft a running back in the first round if you're a running back away.
Yeah, I mean,
the Giants were nowhere near a running back away. They were trying to build around.
I was thinking of the Rams. I wasn't thinking of the Giants because I have no fucking clue what the Giants are doing anymore.
I'm just saying they were trying to build around Saquon.
Check out this Jared Goff.
You build around the quarterback.
Check out this Jared Goff prank video. It's pretty good. I know I'm gonna get hit with copyright, but I don't give a shit.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's such a great illustration, though, Chris, of what an NFL quarterback.
He did that with Red Bull years ago.
Even a bad NFL quarterback is like a god compared to the guys
on
that
a
aren't.
D2 team like that. Are you kidding me? He's slinging the rock. They're like, oh man, shit! Look at this 6'4" son of a bitch. Come here and crank the football.
Chris, YouTube hit it, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I got smacked with the copyright on that one, dude, no doubt.
So what happened?
Yeah, they just took down the stream.
So how do we help in that aspect? What do we do?
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, they give you a message right away?
They shut down the stream.
They shut down my stream?
Yeah.
Nah,
no, it's not. They didn't shut it down.
Stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations.
Let me see.
But we're on, no?
No, we're on StreamYard.
Oh no, he's right. He's right. We got hit. He's right, dude. You're right. I got hit. Damn, dude, you're right.
I think you probably would have had to pause it like every 10 seconds and say something about it.
Yes,
that would have kept
talk
it
over it. Talk over it.
But it's for research.
But only if you pause it every once in a while and comment on it.
I think I'm still on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch. I'm still on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch right now. So, yeah, no.
So
you can't.
YouTube did thing.
YouTube got me.
They
see.
So I'm getting closer
to it.
Well, now that you stopped it, they might let it come back on, and like after a minute or two. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'm looking at it too. It does say
it's amazing.
Oh shit! Crap! Yeah, you're offline.
Yeah.
I tried going back on the TV. It says, "Yeah, stream unavailable."
Let's see. Let's see if I'm on Facebook though. I don't know. I might have got smacked off everywhere. You know why? Because that was NFL films too. What? They don't mess around, bro.
Copyright.
What kind of world we living in, man?
Yeah, it's some bullshit, man. Well,
I mean, those are old rules, Cap. You have to actually, for it to be fair use, you have to pause it every 5 or 10 seconds and make a comment on it.
Oh wait, hold
up. Yeah,
it's
back up because because you took down the video. So they're being nice. They're not being dicks. You know what I mean? They just wanted you to stop playing the video.
Yeah, I got you. I think we're I don't know.
If you want to reach out to them when, for on appeal or whatever, just ask them, hey, is it okay if I stop every 5 or 10 seconds and make a comment on it? You know what I mean?
I'm not going to appeal it. I'll just.
Yeah, you're back on.
You need to ask them what the rules are. Like, is it okay, if I pause it every 5 seconds?
It's they're not going to answer me and go, yeah, no, they're not going to do
that. They will.
Bro.
Sometimes they will.
Nah, I ain't gonna bother them with it. I told you before I ran it. I was like, I'm gonna get hit on this one, boys. But I didn't realize they were gonna shut me down. But hey, wait, we back. Don't worry, I'll have to edit that out later. No big deal. So we back on here.
That's another thing they'll expect before they take the strike down, is you to edit it out on the upload on the VOD.
Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll just edit it out. See, listen, this is why you guys got to come here and catch it live, because you don't even know what gets cut out of the show that we can't put on the show. And that ain't no bullshit. If you go watch the replays, there's tons of stuff I've had to edit out. We've been copywritten all over this month. So I have to go back all the time and re-edit stuff out. HB in the back got to go and clean stuff up on almost every episode. So it's just how it goes. You'll have that. When you run a show that's late night, sometimes you get too carried away. So,
Chris, do you know what network that show plays on?
Which show?
The one we were just watching. The Jared Goff show.
It was done through Red Bull, is what it was done through.
But what is it on a show somewhere, like a TV show?
No, it was on YouTube. I got it off of YouTube.
I was gonna plug them real quick. Maybe it'll make them happier. You know? By the way, catch that show on ABC every night, guys. On Thursday nights at 10 o'clock.
Sponsored by Red Bull. That's who it is.
You guys like Red Bull?
Hey, everybody, go buy a Red Bull. Everybody,
buy a Red Bull.
Get you wings.
Yeah. Mix it with some vodka, not Russian, but
yeah. And while you're at it, make sure to come back and watch all the great programming. Hit the like button.
And please drink responsibly.
Yeah. Do all that too. All right, boys. Now that the show is completely off the rails, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. It's about 4 hours. Guys,
you're just trying to make it easy for HB to edit.
That's right. That's
right at the end, HB.
Right at the end, HB. It's right at the end. We got whammied pretty good. Usually I'd go around and do a round table of questioning, but I think we've discussed pretty much everything to like literally immense amount. Kaseki staying on the team. We haven't signed Ogbah. They better start getting some weapons for Tua because right now, what the hell's going on? So we'll see.
We're 3 days closer to the door cracking open.
We're going to see what's up with the keys to this door. I think Chris Greer has a loop, old school jailhouse loop with a shit ton of keys, and he's going to be showing up there on Saturday morning to try to open the door, finding out whatever information we're going to find out Friday evening. So big news. You'll see the Fins tailgate Friday. I'll be here Friday night, hopefully with some news about Deshaun Watson. Maybe some stuff will come up about free agency in the meantime. Color, you'll be on tomorrow night. So that's it, guys. Make sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you guys are watching on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, make sure you're subscribing to the channel over here on YouTube. And we'll catch you guys next time. Fins up.
Chris.